Back here on Memorial Day, David Allen Memorial Ballpark between Western Oklahoma and Scottsdale. They're getting set to square off. Scottsdale will come out in their road green jerseys, white numbering and lettering, and Western Oklahoma in their white jerseys, green numbering and lettering, a green hat with the yellow brim. And right now we are just about to do the national anthem, so when we come back we will have the first pitch right after this. This is the NJCAA Division II World Series presented by Advanced Pierre Foods. Scottsdale and Western Oklahoma coaches going out there right now doing the coin flip before the game. The coach for Western Oklahoma is Kurt Russell. No, not the actor. This is a different Kurt Russell. And the coach for Scottsdale is Alex Cherney. Let's get to the starting lineups for Scottsdale. Batting first for them is James Boddicker, the second baseman. Second is Ryan Santana in left field. Chris Roglin's the center fielder. He's batting third. Batting cleanup, Chris Sabinosh is the designated hitter. Fifth is Ricky Bustamante, the first baseman. Sixth is Corey Segui, the third baseman. Seventh is Kevin Worth, the right fielder. Eighth is Connor Sabinosh, the catcher. Ninth is Zach Shuvala, and Shuvala is the shortstop. And pitching out there today for Scottsdale is Sebastian Casey. But Western Oklahoma won the toss, so they are the home team. And they're out there warming up, pitching right now. And for Western Oklahoma's team, it's made up of Esteban Paula batting first. He's the left fielder. Second is Marty Dunlap, the designated hitter. Third, Michael Cruz in right field. Fourth, Elvis Rodriguez at first base. Fifth is Sean McAndrews over on the hot corner at third. Sixth is Francisco Rosario at short. Seventh is Sherman LaCruz at center field. Eighth is Rafael Pena at second base. And rounding out the batting order for Western Oklahoma is Hazel Wesson, the catcher. The pitcher for Western Oklahoma is Michael Peoples. And taking a look at the pitcher for Western Oklahoma, who we will see first, Michael Peoples. Michael, in 70 and a third innings pitched this season, has a 3.33 ERA. 7 wins, 4 losses. Walked 25 and struck out 75, but he has, interesting stat for him, he has hit the most batters with 9. The second guy on the team with the second most hit batters by the pitcher is Felix Frias with 5. And our first batter for Scottsdale, as I mentioned from the batting order, James Boddicker, the second baseman. He takes ball one low and inside. It's Boddicker, Santana, and Roglin to start the game off today. 1-0 pitch low into the backstop for ball two, as Hazel Wesson was unable to stop it. Day 3 of the JUCO World Series on Memorial Day. Wind up and the pitch from Peoples is in there for a strike. Looking at James Boddicker's numbers this year. Batting .347. 76 hits for him, and he chops this one over to short. And the throw on to first is in time. 6-3 on the putout, one away, and that brings up Ryan Santana, the left fielder, also a left-handed hitter. Santana digging in 54 games played this year, has a batting average of .325, batted in 32 runs. Lefty swings and fouls that one over to the Western Oklahoma dugout. Guys had to clear out of the way of that one. Very close to hitting somebody. We are in the top of the first of game number 1 of our another triple header today at the JUCO World Series. The 0-1 pitch, high and inside for ball one. That one had some heat on it, 93 miles an hour. And the 1-1 inside for strike two. So Santana finds himself behind. He looked at that one the whole way. So far 81 degrees out here today. The 1-2, high and outside for ball two. Also sunny skies, not a cloud in the sky. Count is even at 2 to Santana. He also has 64 hits, 8 of which have been doubles this year. And he takes ball 3 high and inside again for ball 3 to run the count full. Takes a couple of practice swings. In the on-deck circle is Chris Roglin, the center fielder. Wind up and the delivery. And that one just misses outside for ball 4. I think the whole infield had a collective gasp of disbelief when that one was issued for a walk. So Santana trots down to first with a 1-out walk. Brings up Chris Roglin, so now the infield moves to double play depth with one away here to try to put the ball on the ground and turn 2 in the inning. Roglin digging in as the right-handed hitter this season. Chris Roglin, .341 hitter, and he takes ball 1 low and away. 51 games played. He has 179 at-bats, 61 hits on the year. 4 doubles, but he is tied for the team lead in triples at 3, and he has batted in 31 RBIs. Runner with a very short lead over at first, but the throw over there is not in time as Peoples tries to check him. Peoples is a sophomore. Seen a lot of underclassmen grow up in this series. You know, it's helped turn some men into boys here. Probably see some more of that from Peoples, but based on what we've seen from his numbers, he's had quite an impressive season. That one is chopped over to short. The double play could be in effect here. On to second for 1, on to first for 2, and it is a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. So in the first, Scottsdale doesn't get a run, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We're knotted up at 0 as we head to the bottom of the first. This is the NJCAA Division II World Series presented by Advanced Pierre Foods.
Western Oklahoma State College, located in Altus, Oklahoma, has been dedicated to making quality higher education more accessible since 1926. Through online degree programs and interactive television courses, students can earn their degree from Western from all over the world. With 30 degree plans, affordable tuition, and schedules that fit both traditional and non-traditional students, it's no surprise that Western is a smart start. For more information about the endless opportunities at Western, call them at 580-477-2000 or visit them online at wosc.edu. Go Pioneers!
The thrill of victory on the baseball field is a direct result of the hours of practice in the batting cage and the bullpen. Bottom line, it takes hard work when nobody's watching to join your team on the big stage as you compete for a World Series title. Advanced Pierre Food Company believes in supporting all Enid sports programs and local events, and they are proud to sponsor the NJCAA World Series. Advanced Pierre Food would like to wish the players, coaches, and fans good luck in the JUCO World Series. Let's play ball from Advanced Pierre Food Company. We're through the top of the first. We head to the bottom of the first. No score here in the early going between Scottsdale and Western Oklahoma College. John Herrick with you from high atop David Allen Memorial Ballpark. The pitcher for Western Oklahoma, Sebastian Casey, this year. He has pitched in 15 games, 78 2/3 innings pitched, 7 wins, 3 losses, and a 3.54 ERA. He has walked 42, but he has struck out 72. Left-handed pitcher taking his warm-up right now. Due up for, I'm sorry, that is the that is the Scottsdale pitcher, and Western Oklahoma is coming up to bat here. Their top 3 will be Esteban Paula, followed by Marty Dunlap and Michael Cruz. That's who we'll see here in the bottom half of the first inning for them. So again, that's for Scottsdale, Sebastian Casey, with 7 wins and 3 losses and a 3.54 ERA. Also should be mentioned that Scottsdale has the nation leader in saves in Brian Sova. Sova was the one who came in the bottom of the 10th against Lackawanna on Saturday, closed that thing out. So Esteban Paula, the left fielder, as the right-hander, will dig in for Western Oklahoma's first at bat. Those of you watching along at home on the NJCAA webpage, Western Oklahoma, the team in white with green numbering and lettering and the yellow brim on their hats. And for Scottsdale, they're the team in dark green with white numbers and the white S across the front of their jersey. A 1-0 count here early on to Paula. Wind up in the delivery on the 1-0, cut on and missed. It was high and upstairs and out of the strike zone, but Paula chased it and whiffed it, evening the count at 1. Sometimes when hitters see that ball go high up in the zone, they know they have a chance. If they hit the right part of the ball, they could drive it out of the ballpark potentially. The 1-1 hits the outside corner for strike 2. It is the Scottsdale Fighting Artichokes. Their fans have shown up in full force with white shirts that say Artichoke Nation across the front. Of course, every fan base for every team seems to refer to themselves as a nation. I think they have to win the award for the coolest nickname, though, the Fighting Artichokes. It's a 2-2 count to Esteban Paula. Time Casey took a long time to deliver that one, but he had that pitch fouled back over the netting and then over the roof, headed our direction. And we'll do the 2-2 over again. Base is empty here at the bottom of the first. No score between Scottsdale and Western Oklahoma. 2-2 on its way. Missing inside for ball 3. That was close. Curveball was just too far in, and then Connor Sabinosh, the catcher, turned around and had a little word with the umpire saying, "You sure about that? That looked like it might have been a strike." Umpire says, no, son, it was a ball. Now the count is full. Here's the payoff. Swung on and missed. So Paula is retired for the first strikeout of the day for Sebastian Casey. And And that brings up Marty Dunlap, the designated hitter. And Marty Dunlap this year is batting .431. And he swings and misses badly at the first one to fall behind 0-1 in the count. Now, Dunlap, you might remember, was the guy that hit that first pitch he saw over the right field wall to give the Pioneers that 9-1 win. And once he put that 8-run rule in effect, the game was over when they beat Grand Rapids on Saturday. In Grand Rapids, their season came to an end yesterday when they got trounced by Lackawanna 12-4. So they lose by 8 runs in both of their first 2 games and fall victim to the 8-run rule as that 1-1 pitch is skied down the right field line and out of play. 1-2 the count. And so now their season is quickly over. But Western Oklahoma has sent a message early on, and that is we are out to defend our title. Dunlap's 1-2, ripped over to short, and it's fielded on a hop by Chavala, but he's able to throw on to first in time to get the out. 6-3 on the putout and 2 away in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up Michael Cruz, the right fielder. Cruz is a left-hander. He's batting .360 this season. Dunlap, by the way, after he was retired, he leads the team in batting average. And it will be up to Cruz to see if he can keep this inning alive. Slight delay here as the umpire has to clean off home plate. Now we'll see Cruz dig in here. Catcher sets up outside on this first pitch, and it misses low and away for ball 1. 1-0 the count to him. We'll have 3 games today and 3 games tomorrow before things get really interesting. This game is in the winner's bracket, so whichever team loses this game, again, not going to be a huge blow because it is going to be a blow, that is for sure, but it's not. Their season will not come to an end. They'll just fall to the loser's bracket. 2-0 count to Cruz. And that one is ripped hard into right field. And Kevin Worth is going to see that one go over his head. Roglin plays it off the wall and throws it back into the infield, and sliding into second for a double is Michael Cruz. First hit of the game goes to Western Oklahoma. So they, with 2 outs, they get a double from Michael Cruz. Brings up Elvis Rodriguez, the first baseman. He's batting cleanup, and this year Rodriguez, .380 batting average. Has twice as many strikeouts as he has walks. We are in the bottom of the first. See if Western Oklahoma, with a runner on second, can draw first blood in this one. Stepping off the bag was Casey to check Cruz at second. Got a decent lead over at second, not a huge lead, but it's ripped back to the screen. The first pitch is foul, 0-1. Now for Cruz, he has an on-base percentage of .452. Based on the way he hightailed it around first and head to second, he might be a threat to steal here. We'll see. With 2 outs, I don't know. Some guys might be daring and try it. That pitch is popped up over to the right side, goes over the Scottsdale dugout and into the Scottsdale crowd. So Rodriguez finds himself in an 0-2 hole here with Cruz on second base. That was a heck of a hit by Michael Cruz. And the wind has been blowing in from the south this entire World Series. But it's not really a factor here so far early in the morning. I'm sure it'll become a factor later in the day. And that pitch is popped up by Rodriguez. This time it is going to stay in fair territory. And playing it, but having a hard time with it. Making the catch, though, is Ricky Bustamante over at first. So Rodriguez pops up to first to end the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and one man left on base. We're still knotted up at 0 as we head to the top of the second. This is the NJCAA Division II World Series presented by Advanced Pierre Foods.
To book your Enid getaway, go to visitenid.org or call 877-999-ENID.
It's the annual Memorial Day blowout sale. Now's the time to buy at the Mattress Hub. The deals are crazy. Save up to $600 on Tempur-Pedic's most popular model, the Cloud Supreme, plus free delivery. Save up to $400 off on Serta's iComfort. On select mattresses, buy a bed, get a bed free. All this plus up to 4 years interest-free financing and a 1-year comfort guarantee. It's a Memorial Day sale you don't want to miss. Only at the Mattress Hub.
Follow the cheap sheet to the Mattress Hub.
It's the 4-5-6 portion of the batting order coming up for Scottsdale after Chris Roglin grounded into a 6-4-3 double play to end the top of the first. It'll be Chris Sabinosh, who just took ball 1, followed by Ricky Bustamante and Corey Segui. Sabinosh this year for Scottsdale takes ball 2. In 45 games played, batting .282 this season, batted home 16 RBIs and has scored 26 runs. He also has 42 hits, 9 of which have been doubles, only 1 triple. Triples are hard to hit. Sometimes they're even harder to hit than home runs, but Chris Sabinosh is out in front of this bat 3-0. Michael Peoples has had a hard time hitting his spots here on this at bat. 3-0, taking all the way. It's high and inside for ball 4 to Sabinosh. Second walk of the day issued by Peoples already. And that will bring up Ricky Bustamante, the first baseman. Bustamante. 275 batting average, 19 RBIs and 19 runs scored and 36 hits for him. And this is his 39th game played this year. More importantly, he's got an awesome last name, Bustamante. Runner with a decent lead over at first, Sabinosh. Peoples looks behind him, now fires ball 1 low and in the dirt. That's the 5th straight ball he has thrown in this inning. That was a hard one at 91 miles an hour, but he's yet to throw a strike here. Corey Segui, the third baseman in the on-deck circle. The 1-0, swung and missed. So there's your first strike. 1 ball and 1 strike now as its count is even. Those of you that aren't in the ballpark, the dimensions of the field, it's 300 feet down the line and right, 328 down the left field line, and 390 straight away in center. Swung on and missed. Strike two. I guess it was foul tipped off the end of the bat as it hit the dirt. So it's 1-2. And in left center, it's 363. Over in right center, 369. Bustamante patiently waiting the 1-2. Upstairs, ball two. And this field looks terrific. Big thanks to Scott Pendleton, the head groundskeeper here at David Allen. Of course, lots of great volunteers have done a fantastic job keeping this field in great playable condition through the first 2 days. You'll see them go out and feverishly touch up the field at the top of the 6th inning. They've done a heck of a job. The 2-2 is fouled off back to the netting on the left side as count is now even. Stays even at 2. Big story of this tournament so far, the #1 ranked team, LSU Eunice, was defeated yesterday by DMAC, the Des Moines Area Community College. Knocked them off 4-3. LSU squandered a 2-1 lead. The 2-2 on its way, popped up left side, over in foul territory, and there will not be a play. So they were the odds-on favorite, but I'm sure if you're Western Oklahoma, you've got to feel a little bit slighted to hear that. You're the defending champion, yet LSU Eunice is ranked higher, ranked #1. Western Oklahoma, though, coming in, they're not too shabby themselves, ranked 6th. Scottsdale, ranked 8th. Here's the 2-2 again, low and in the dirt. Runner's going to go to second. The throw down there, not in time. Sliding under the tag is Sabanash. That's what happens when you have a low pitch. Sometimes that runner will take advantage of it. Sabanash slides in safely. So the count is full now to Bustamante, and first base is open. Scottsdale making things hard on Michael Peoples right now. Runner being checked at second. He's got, for a second base, he's got a pretty big lead over there. The 3-2 high and off to the left for ball 4. So now you got runners on first and second. This has got to be a concern early on for Western Oklahoma, because that's the 3rd walk issued already by Michael Peoples, and we're going to have a big conference on the mound. The whole infield's going to come out, and so will the pitching coach. This probably won't take too long, just probably one of those pep talks saying, hey son, settle down. Let's not put ourselves in an early hole. Corey Segui is now coming up, the 3rd baseman for Scottsdale. Segui in 54 games played this year, not a great batting average, only .204. You can always get connected with us here at CTB Sports. You can like our Facebook page, stay in touch with what's going on the sports scene, local and national and state, everything. Also, you can connect with us on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter at CTB Sports. And you can also visit our website as well, ctbsports.com. We keep our schedule updated. We have archived video of last year's Junior College World Series, and I'm sure once this one will end, we'll have the archive of the video there for you to enjoy. And still the conference going on at the mound. Also, during the World Series, each team is paired with a local business or organization and a Little League team to serve as a host during their stay in Enid. We'd like to recognize and thank the hosts for the teams in this game. For Scottsdale, they're hosted by the Enid Longhorns baseball team and Evans True Value and Evans Pharmacy. And also for Western, they're hosted by Enid Bandits baseball and the Merrifields. And are we going to have a pitching change already? It appears we are. Yeah, so Western Oklahoma wasting no time for that. So Michael Peoples' day is going to be done after pitching 1+ innings. So we'll introduce the new pitcher to you when we return. It's the top of the second, no score. You are listening to the NJCAA Division II World Series presented by Advanced Pierre Foods.
It's Northcutt's Memorial Day sale. Get great rebates, Memorial Day bonus cash, liquidation discounts, and 0% for up to 72 months. New 2012 Chevy Silverado 1500 extended cab, only $26,749. Or a 1500 Cruz, just $24,897. 2012 Chevy Sonic, just $15,499. Get pre-approved online at northcuttauto.com or call toll-free to lock in your best deal. Northcutt Chevrolet Buick Enid, your shortcut to a great deal.
The thrill of victory on the baseball field is a direct result of the hours of practice in the batting cage and the bullpen. Bottom line, it takes hard work when nobody's watching to join your team on the big stage as you compete for a World Series title. Advanced Pierre Food Company believes in supporting all Enid sports programs and local events, and they are proud to sponsor the NJCAA World Series. Advanced Pierre Food would like to wish the players, coaches, and fans good luck in the JUCO World Series. Let's play ball from Advanced Pierre Food Company. Well, with runners on first and second here in the top of the second for Scottsdale, Western Oklahoma has wasted no time. They're going with a new pitcher. Michael Peoples' day is done after pitching 1+ innings. He has walked 3, didn't give up a run, but got himself in an early jam. He is going to be responsible for the runners on first and second. Skylar Neal is your new pitcher for Western Oklahoma. In 70 innings pitched, 9 wins, 4 losses, a 3.34 ERA. He has hit 4 batters this year. He's given up 38 runs, 26 of which have been earned, but he struck out 49 and only walked 16. So a 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, which is going to come in very handy, hopefully right here. That's what at least that's what you hope for if you're Western Oklahoma. The next batter is Corey Segee, as he has been waiting patiently while Neal finishes his warm-up pitches. Neal is a left-handed hitter. Left-handed pitcher, excuse me. It'll be a lefty-righty situation as Segee is a right-hander. Looks like Neal has completed his warm-up. We are ready to go. Might say that that's a little early to take out your starting pitcher when he hasn't given up a run. But again, some coaches just say to themselves, look, you can't ever be too careful when the season is on the line, and that is exactly what Western Oklahoma coach Kurt Russell decided to do there. Just say, look, we don't want to get ourselves behind against a Scottsdale team that is very resilient, as Segee fouls the first pitch of this at-bat out of play. Segee, as I mentioned before the break, 204 batting average. Kevin Worth is in the on-deck circle. That 0-1 is swung on and missed low and inside for strike 2, 0-2. That pitch up at 88 miles an hour. Again, runners on first and second with nobody out. The 0-2 is fouled down the line on the right side and out of play. We'll do the 0-2 over again. Segui holds his bat out. Now he's ready to go. Catcher setting up inside. The 0-2 fouled right back to the netting. Western Oklahoma, a smaller school, 950 students. They're from Altus, Oklahoma. 2 of their players will go to Oklahoma State next year. Again, Michael Peoples, who you just saw leave the game, he's going to Oklahoma State, and so is Reed Barnett. Here's the 0-2. Popped up high, right side, playable, shallow right. Backpedaling to make the catch for Western Oklahoma is Rafael Pena, as Segui is retired. First out of the inning. That's exactly what you wanted if you're Western Oklahoma. You didn't want to see a pitch get skied into the outfield deep, because then the runner from second could tag up. That was ideal for the first out. So now you have runners on first and second with 1 out for Kevin Worth, and Worth has had his struggles this year. .229 batting average, just 12 runs batted in. He chops this one foul down the left side and over into the Western dugout. Well, this would be a huge opportunity for Scottsdale. You draw 2 walks. You haven't gotten a hit yet. Drawn 2 walks in this inning, 3 for the game. Neal takes a long time on the mound to deliver. The 0-1 up. He's going to throw back over to second to check the runner, and he's back there in time. That ball almost hit Sabanash. Of course, that's always a risky play when you try to go back to second there, because if you don't throw the ball and hit to one of your fielders on target, it could go over their head and into the outfield. Connor Sabanash, Chris's brother, in the on-deck circle. That one swung on and missed. Runners go down to third. The throw, not in time. Oh, in time. And they're going to say he is out. Wow. It took the umpire a while to make that decision, but they eventually say that Sabanash is out, sliding into third. So that pitch was swung on and missed, and now that there are 2 outs, that makes this at bat even more pivotal, and Worth is down to his last strike with the 0-2. And that one is ripped over to first. It's going to get through the hole. Runner's going to try home. The play at the plate, and he is going to be safe. The tag was not in there in time by Hazel Wesson. He's going to argue that call, but he slid in time. Ricky Bustamante scores from second. RBI single for Kevin Worth, and it is 1-0 Scottsdale. Now you have a runner on first with 2 outs. They get their first hit of the game, and it couldn't come at a more opportune time. That brings up Connor Sabanash. And Connor this year with a .333 average, 18 RBIs batted in, but he's only scored 2 runs. RBI single for Kevin Worth. And for Worth, that is his 13th RBI of the season, and it couldn't have come at a better time. He has a very short lead at first. The 1-0, throw over to first instead, which he easily gets back for. So Scottsdale draws first blood. They got behind 4-1 yesterday against Lackawanna. Of course, you never know. They may end up seeing Lackawanna again. That 1-0 pitch misses low and away for ball 2. That one clocking in from Skylar Neal at 86 miles an hour. That ball by Worth was hit in just the right area of the right side of the infield. where Rafael Pena was playing a little too far over to the left and was unable to make a play on it. The 2-0 ripped over. Does Pena make a play on this one? Yes, he does. Throw to first in time. So the 4-3 put out to end the inning. The Scottsdale Fighting Artichokes, they get one and they strand one. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. But Scottsdale leads it 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. This is the Division II Junior College Baseball World Series presented by Advanced Pierre Foods.
Where can a washer
So
and
far
dryer
in the
become a concert?
bottom of the second, we have
Where
seen
does
1
an
run,
old sofa turn into a
2
new
hits,
discovery?
1 hit
Where
from
does
each
a
team.
lamp become a performance?
But right now,
or
the
a
difference in the
television
game is an
become a
RBI
television
single from
station?
Kevin Worth back in the top
Where
of the
can a
second.
mattress beautify
Go to
Main
the
Street?
bottom of the second. It'll be Sean
Only at Park
McAndrews,
Avenue
followed by
Thrift,
Francisco
where
Rosario and
100%
Sherman
of the
LaCruz
profits
for
from
Western
your
Oklahoma.
donations fund community endeavors,
Looking at
making Enid
Sean
a better place, one
McAndrews this
donation
year,
at a
.320
time.
batting average. He has batted in 25 runs, 3 home runs on the season for McAndrews. First pitch to him, ripped right to the third baseman for a line out. Nice snag by Corey Segui. Francisco Rosario now up to the plate. Sometimes you get a good piece of the bat, but it's not hit to the right place. And that's exactly what that hit by McAndrews showed. 1 down. Francisco Rosario now on, shows bunt, and takes ball 1. Segui was charging from third, getting ready to make a play on the bunt. Rosario has a .293 batting average, 23 RBIs and 1 home run as he fouls that one off, evening the count at 1. Another beautiful day at David Allen Memorial Ballpark. Sunny skies, sun beaming down here on top of Artichoke Nation. That one chopped over to second, fielded by Chavala. Throw over the first is over the head of everybody. And it's going to head into Scottsdale's dugout. So it'll be a single and an error for that for Rosario. Single and an E6 there. That throw by Chavala was over the head of everyone. So we have our first error of the game, and it goes against Zach Chavala. Second hit of the game, though, and he's going to be able to take second on the wild pitch. Rosario is. And already now Western Oklahoma has the tying run aboard with the go-ahead run to the plate. 1-0 Scottsdale. First pitch to Sherman LaCruz, cut on and missed for strike 1. LaCruz this year has a .373 batting average. He has struck out 16 times, walked 16 times, 31 RBIs, but he is third on the team in home runs with 9 of them. The 0-1 misses high for ball 1. Sebastian Casey still out there for Scottsdale. Already we have seen the starting pitcher for Western Oklahoma leave. The 1-1, low and inside for ball 2. Casey finds himself behind. Casey keeping a close eye at second over on Rosario. He was going back to second when Casey looked at him. Now he's taking a pretty decent lead over there. The 2-1 misses inside for ball 3. Curveball just didn't get enough in the strike zone. Things got interesting. That looked to be a fairly routine play for Chavala, but what should have been the second out was the first hit. And now, ball 4, and Sherman Cruz is aboard with a 1-out walks. Now you've got runners on first and second. That's the first walk issued today by Sebastian Casey, and he receives a little bit of a pep talk there from James Boddicker, his second baseman. Now, and he is in a bit of a jam. The double play is now in effect here. So Scottsdale moves to double play depth on the infield for Rafael Pena. The second baseman comes up for Western Oklahoma, and he takes the first pitch low and inside for ball 1. Pena this year. .420 batting average, second on the team. 17 RBIs, 4 home runs. He's ahead in the count 1-0, and Scottsdale leads it 1-0 over Western so far, and the low pitch in the dirt for ball 2. And now we're going to have a quick conference on the mound here. So both pitchers have had, starting pitcher from Western Oklahoma has already been pulled, but we see Sebastian Casey, the Scottsdale pitcher, get pulled from this one. Of course, you got 2 conferences going on. You've got the one on the mound taking place, and then you've got, with Scottsdale, then you've got the Western Oklahoma conference going on along the third base line. And after the conferences end, we go back to work here with 1 out and runners on first and second. Pena already ahead in the count, 2-0. Looking inside is Casey, taking his time, getting the sign from Connor Sabinosh. The wind up in the delivery, misses high and outside for ball 3. Count is now 3-0 to Rafael Pena. So you know Pena is going to be taking all the way. Hazel Wesson in the on-deck circle, the catcher. And he'll come up to bat here unless Pena grounds into a double play. The 3-0. Pena swinging on the 3-0 pitch, rips it foul. I think that's the first time in this World Series I've seen somebody swing at a 3-0 pitch. Three balls and a strike. Both runners go. Hit and run doesn't work as it's fouled off by Pena, and now the count is 3-2. Pena looking down at his third base coach, getting some advice. So now Casey is probably going to be even more alert to both of those runners as they both went there. There's 1 away in the bottom of the second. Umpire has to clean off home plate. He has a conversation with Connor Sabinosh, and we're ready to go back to work. The count is full to Rafael Pena. It is 1-0 Scottsdale, with Western Oklahoma threatening here in the bottom of the second inning. Tying run is on second. Go ahead run on first. Runners go again. Fouled off. So it's the second time in a row they've tried the hit and run. And for the second straight time, it hasn't worked. We'll do the 3-2 again. Western Oklahoma had a tough stretch of the season where they lost 6 of 9 late in April before they really turned it on and won 8 in a row in May. Seems like every team, when you look at every team in this JUCO World Series, everybody had a late season surge at some point. Here's the 3-2 again to Pena. This time the runners don't go, and it's popped up in foul territory, but it's playable and it's caught. Connor Sabinosh, the catcher, gets under it, and after all that, Pena is retired, and he's frustrated with himself, rips off his helmet as he heads back to the dugout. Hazel Wesson will be the 9th batter in the Western Oklahoma batting lineup, and he comes to the plate to try to get Western Oklahoma on the board with 2 down. Wesson this year for Western Oklahoma, a .373 hitter. He's batted in 25 RBIs, and has 5 home runs. First pitch to him, ripped into the right field, and right underneath it to have a play is Kevin Worth. That will be the end of the inning. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and Western Oklahoma, more importantly, leaves 2 men on base, and they still trail 1-0 as we head to the top of the third. You are listening to the NJCAA Division II World Series, presented by Advanced Pierre Foods.
Let me tell you about my college, Lackawanna College.
A 2-year, highly respected college that can prepare you for a career or to move on to a 4-year program.
5 regional locations, over 30 degree programs, and more.
I'm a future paramedic who found my future at Lackawanna College. Call or visit today and we'll help you find your future.
It's Northcutt's Memorial Day sale. Get great rebates, Memorial Day bonus cash, liquidation discounts, and 0% for up to 72 months. New 2012 Chevy Silverado 1500 extended cab, only $26,749. Or a 1500 Cruz, just $24,897. 2012 Chevy Sonic, just $15,499. Get pre-approved online at northcuttauto.com or call toll-free to lock in your best deal. Northcutt Chevrolet Buick Enid, your shortcut to a great deal.
We're through 2 here on day number 3, JUCO World Series. Scottsdale taking on Western Oklahoma. Scottsdale leads it 1-0. Couple of notes to pass along. We want to say hi to all the Western Pioneers, coaches, family, and friends watching from Massachusetts and Seattle. Also, for the Western Pioneers, they'd like to say thanks to Marty Dunlap and the veterans from Dorchester, Massachusetts, for serving your country and supporting Western Oklahoma State College Pioneers. Also want to take that time to say a big thank you to all of our veterans who are serving currently and who have given their life and paid the ultimate sacrifice here on Memorial Day. It is Zach Chuvala, James Boddicker, Ryan Santana. 9-1-2 portion of the order coming up. Chuvala's first at bat for Scottsdale. .249 batting average for him this year, 13 RBIs, 42 hits. He's quickly behind 0-2. Could he get number 43? That one's blooped into shallow left. Charging to make the play is Esteban Paula. So Chavala now 0 for 1. We go back to the top of the order, and James Boddicker, who grounded into a 6-3 ground out back in the first. It's always on days like today and Veterans Day where we are reminded that so many important things that our veterans and our troops do for us. Don't ever want to take them for granted. As Boddicker, first pitch swinging into left field. That play at the warning track, leaping up and making a heck of a catch is Esteban Paula again. Well, first he has to charge on into shallow left and make a play. Then he has to run back to deep left and make the second out near the wall. So 2 straight flyouts to Esteban Paula, 2 down. That brings up Ryan Santana. He's the left fielder for Scottsdale. He first pitch swings at this one, grounded over to second, on to first, safe. Bobbling the ball was the first baseman, Elvis Rodriguez. The ball came out of his glove at the end of the play. And that was pretty routine. I think that's going to be an error on somebody, and it is. They're going to call the error on the first baseman, so it's an E3. I'd have to agree with that one because that was a very routine catch and a pretty easy throw from Rafael Pena. So first error of the game for Western Oklahoma. Each team with an error now. That brings up Chris Roglin. Throw over to first, not in time, as Santana gets back with no problem. First pitch to Roglin, right down Broadway for strike 1. Scottsdale has had a heck of a program over the years. They've sent quite a few players to the major leagues. In 1992, they had sent Scott Emerson. He played for the Baltimore Orioles. Also in 92, John Thompson went to the Seattle Mariners as that pitch is skied high in the air to short, and making the play on it is Francisco Rosario to end the inning. So a pop up to short from Roglin and a runner stranded. No runs, no hits, and error, and 1 man left on base. Still 1-0 Scottsdale as we head to the bottom of the third. This is the NJCAA Division II World Series presented by Advanced Pierre Foods.
Western Oklahoma State College, located in Altus, Oklahoma, has been dedicated to making quality higher education more accessible since 1926. Through online degree programs and interactive television courses, students can earn their degree from Western from all over the world. With 30 degree plans, affordable tuition, and schedules that fit both traditional and non-traditional students, it's no surprise that Western is a smart start. For more information about the endless opportunities at Western, call them at 580-477-2000 or visit them online at wosc.edu. Go Pioneers!
To book your Enid getaway, go to visitenid.org or call 877-999-ENID.
Back here in the bottom of the third inning, Scottsdale goes back on defense, and Western Oklahoma getting ready to try to tie this game up. Be sure to stay tuned after the game. We'll present our Wings to Go players of the game. We'll give a Wings to Go gift certificate for a combo meal to a player from each team. That's Wings to Go on the corner of Cleveland and Garriott in Enid, right behind Starbucks. Wings to Go, simply great wings. We're back to the top of the order for Western Oklahoma. It's Esteban Paula. He is ahead in the count 1-0. Of course, you may remember him from last inning when he made those 2 big defensive plays. Leaped up and made a great catch in left field at the warning track. Takes strike 1, evening the count. struck out back in the top of the first. The 1-1 way outside for ball 2. Two one on its way. High and upstairs again, 3-1. I think a lot of pitchers, at least pitchers I've spoken to in this series, have said, hey, if I'm going to miss on an area of the plate and I get called for a ball, I'd rather miss low and away than miss high, because if I miss high, there's a good chance that that batter could rip that one out of the park. Most batters usually rip pitches out of the park on high pitches, and that one was high for ball 4. So Paula trots down to first base for a leadoff walk. That's the second walk issued by Sebastian Casey today. That brings up now Marty Dunlap, who grounded in to a 6-3 ground out back in the first inning. For Sebastian Casey, that is his 44th walk this season. He throws the first pitch high and inside for ball 1 to Dunlap. Dunlap digging back in. We're in the bottom of the third innings. Scottsdale clinging to a 1-0 lead. Western Oklahoma now has the tying run on first. And the second pitch is way low and inside for ball 2, and that's going to draw a conference on the mound between Connor Sabinosh and his pitcher, Sebastian Casey. Well, Casey has lasted longer than his counterpart, Michael Peoples. Peoples only pitched a little over 1 inning and walked 3 batters, and right after he walked his third batter, he was taken out of the game and replaced by Skylar Neal. Not often do you see a pitcher get taken out of the game when he hasn't given up a run or a hit, but that's exactly what happened to Michael Peoples, as the throw over to first is not in time. Esteban Paula drew the leadoff walk, and he's on first. Neal looks at Paula, fires the 2-0. That one is skied high, in the air to left. Back at the warning track, leaping up and not being able to make the catch is Santana. It goes off the wall. Rounding third will be Esteban Paula. He's going to come in to score. There will be no play at the plate. We are tied at 1. Trotting into second for a stand-up double is Dunlap. RBI double for Marty Dunlap. That ties the game. So now the go-ahead run is on second with nobody out. Up to the plate, Michael Cruz. And Michael Cruz is trouble because he doubled back in the first inning. Didn't come around to score, was left stranded on second, but still doubled nonetheless. It's a run, 1 hit, and an error for Scottsdale. A run, 3 hits, and an error for Western Oklahoma. And still nobody out. Wind up in the pitch from Casey to Cruz. Cut on and miss for strike 1. Good off-speed pitch there. And if you get him to pop up, if you're Scottsdale, you just want it in the infield or something into shallow outfield. And this one is popped up high. That is exactly what you wanted, and it is caught for the out by the shortstop, Zach Chavala. That is a big first out of the inning. That brings up Elvis Rodriguez, the first baseman, who popped out to first back in the first. Rodriguez on now, taking a couple of practice swings. It would be huge if he could rip home Dunlap, who's on second. Chops this one over to second. Fielded slowly and then thrown on to first for the out. Runner moves to third. 4-3 put out for Rodriguez. He's 0 for 2 Routine play made by James Boddicker. Now the go-ahead run 90 feet away. Over on third, the score tied at 1. Sean McAndrews, who lined out to third, back in the second, now comes on. First pitch from Casey to McAndrews, right on the inside corner for strike one. Good fastball that time, clocking in at 88 miles an hour, 0-1. Wind up, here's the 0-1, swung on and missed, strike two. So now McAndrews is quickly behind. He's able to bloop this one into the outfield for a base hit. He can give Western the lead. The 0-2, high and inside. He thought about it. He check swinged, but decided not to go, making the count 1-2. Pretty decent lead over at third there for Cruz. As that one is for Dunlap, excuse me, as that pitch is chopped out of play. Foul. Two outs. Big moment in the game right now here in the bottom of the third. Swing and a miss, and Sebastian Casey gets himself out of the inning for his second strikeout of the game. Well, Western Oklahoma only gets one, but it is a big one as they tie the game at 1. 1 run, a hit, an error, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Western is now stranded a batter in every inning. We're tied up at 1. We head to the top of the 4th when we return. This is the NJCAA Division II World Series presented by Advanced Pierre Foods.
My future is in natural gas technology.
My future is in teaching.
I'm a future business leader.
My future is in computers and IT security.
My future is in diagnostic sonography.
My future is in human services, but there are a lot of majors to choose from.
Lackawanna College offers over 30 degree programs at 5 locations.
Lackawanna College helped define our futures. Call or visit today and find your future at Lackawanna College.
The thrill of victory on the baseball field is a direct result of the hours of practice in the batting cage and the bullpen. Bottom line, it takes hard work when nobody's watching to join your team on the big stage as you compete for a World Series title. Advanced Pierre Food Company believes in supporting all Enid sports programs and local events, and they are proud to sponsor the NJCAA World Series. Advanced Pierre Food would like to wish the players, coaches, and fans good luck in the JUCO World Series. Let's play ball from Advanced Pierre Food Company. Well, back quickly here in the top of the 4th inning, ripping a big shot into center field, Chris Sabinosh. And that one is going to be caught for the out. Sabinosh got a very good rip on that one, but it was caught in center field by Sherman LaCruz here to lead off the inning. Boy, that was dangerous. LaCruz and Paula are getting quite a workout in the outfield as there is 1 down. And Ricky Bustamante now up to the plate. He drew a walk back in the 2nd inning. He was very, very patient. And he ended up scoring the lone Scottsdale run of the day, thanks to an RBI single by Kevin Worth that drove him home back in the 2nd. He's ahead in the count, 2-0. Corey Segui in the on-deck circle, cut on and missed at the strike there. Couldn't catch up to the 86-mile-an-hour fastball thrown by Skylar Neal. It's 2 balls and a strike now, and the 2-1 is low and in the dirt and stopped by Wesson, 3-1. 1 ripped down the line on first. It's picked up on a hop by Rodriguez, and he will step on the bag for the second out. So 2 up, 2 down here for Scottsdale. They've stranded 2 runners today. Western Oklahoma has stranded 4. That brings up Corey Segee. It's up to him to keep the inning alive. And he was the first pitcher that Skylar Neal faced back in the second, because right after Michael Peoples was taken out of the game, Skylar Neal was put in to face Segee, as Segee rips that one foul over in our direction, over the roof and into the parking lot. 1-1 the count to Segee. He popped out to second base in his first at bat. The 1-1 misses low and inside for ball 2. The 2-1 on its way now. Hit high in the air to right and foul. Down over in the bullpen somewhere. Deuce is wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Catcher sets up inside, and Hazel Wesson takes ball 3. Here's the 3-2. The windup, payoff, ripped into right. That's going to drop down for a base hit. So Corey Segee gets on with a 2-out single. Second hit of the day for Scottsdale. That brings up Kevin Worth. Can Kevin Worth come up with another RBI? He hit an RBI single back in the second to drive home the lone Scottsdale run so far in this one. Can he do it again? It's going to be tough. He's going to probably need a triple in order to do that. And he has 2 triples on the season. Gets a good piece of the first pitch, but he was behind it and foul. We're in the top of the 4th. 1-1 is your score between Scottsdale and Western Oklahoma State University. The 0-1, low and in there for strike 2. Looked like that might have missed the strike zone, but the umpire said nope, it was in there. So now Worth is quickly behind 0-2. If he can stay alive, Connor Sabinosh is in the on-deck circle waiting. The 0-2 swung on and missed. First strikeout victim of the day for Skylar Neal, and it comes at a big time because Kevin Worth leaves a runner on base. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on. We're still knotted up at 1. We head to the bottom of the 4th. You're listening to the NJCAA Division II World Series, presented by Advanced Pierre Foods.
It's Northcutt's Memorial Day sale. Get great rebates, Memorial Day bonus cash, liquidation discounts, and 0% for up to 72 months. New 2012 Chevy Silverado 1500 extended cab, only $26,749. Or a 1500 Cruz, just $24,897. 2012 Chevy Sonic, just $15,499. Get pre-approved online at northcuttauto.com or call toll-free to lock in your best deal. Northcutt Chevrolet Buick Enid, your shortcut to a great deal.
It's the annual Memorial Day blowout sale. Now's the time to buy at the Mattress Hub. The deals are crazy. Save up to $600 on Tempur-Pedic's most popular model, the Cloud Supreme, plus free delivery. Save up to $400 off on Certus iComfort. On select mattresses, buy a bed, get a bed free. All this plus up to 4 years interest-free financing and a 1-year comfort guarantee. It's a Memorial Day sale you don't want to miss. Only at the Mattress Hub.
Follow the cheap sheet to the Mattress Hub.
It is the bottom of the 4th. The score is tied at 1 apiece. Due up for Western Oklahoma here in this bottom of the 4th. It is Francisco Rosario, Sherman LaCruz, and Rafael Pena. as Sebastian Kisei gets set to go back to work. Kisei with the left-handed pitch, and he throws it one low and in the dirt, stopped by Connor Sabinosh. So Rosario in front 1-0. Rosario back in the second, singled and got to second on an error, on a throwing error by Zach Chavala. He was almost hit on that pitch as he takes ball 2 inside. Trying to lead off this inning, hopefully give Western Oklahoma the lead. They have yet to lead in this one. Scottsdale led 1-0 after 2, but then Western Oklahoma answered and got a run in the bottom of the third to nod things up. The 2-1. Rosario skies it down the line and first, and it will trickle out of play. Of course, these two schools completely different enrollment size. Western Oklahoma just about 950 students. For Scottsdale, their enrollment's about 10,000 from Salt River, Arizona. Mentioned a couple of the players that had gone on in their past, in their program history, that went on to the majors, as the 2-2 is high and outside for ball 3. Scott Emerson played for the Baltimore Orioles in 1992. Also in the same year, John Thompson moved on, played for Seattle Mariners in 2001. You had Brett Hooper play for the New York Mets. And the last guy to go pro was in 2005 from Scottsdale. Paul Franco went to the Toronto Blue Jays. The 3-2 is popped high in the air. Shallow left, now back maybe into the infield a little bit. It's caught by Chavala for the first out of the inning. Rosario now 1 for 2. Sherman LaCruz now walked back in his last at bat. So far, pretty good game pitched by Sebastian Kisei. Kisei's first pitch is swung on and belted into right center. Going back, making a nice catch on the run is Sherman LaCruz. Or excuse me, Chris Roglin. Nice play by Chris Roglin, backpedaling and let that one fall right into his glove. So 2 away now. Could we see another 1-2-3 inning? Rafael Pena now comes to the plate. Seen some good defensive plays out in the outfield from both teams today. First pitch, low and inside, ball 1 to Rafael Pena. He popped out in foul territory after a hard-fought at bat. He had run the count full and really battled off Sebastian Kisei and stayed alive, but then after all of it, popped it high in the air into foul territory, and it was caught by Connor Sabinosh. One ball, one strike, trying to lay down a bunt, and Pena pops it high and foul out of play. It went ricocheted off one of the seats over on the Western Oklahoma side of the ballpark. Now it's 1-2. So Pena down to his last strike in this inning. Bases have been empty. Kisei working and throws ball 2 high and away. 2's across the board now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. So far today, the wind not as big of a factor as it was yesterday. The 2-2 hit basically in the same area as last time, out of play. Pena again battling his way through the at-bat as he did all through the first at-bat. The 2-2 again, fouled off again. Pena's having trouble catching up with the ball, but he's making Kisei work for everything. Be interesting to see how long Sebastian Kisei stays out there for Scottsdale. The 2-2 again. And again, Pena was behind it, ripping it foul. And he tries to practice his batting motion outside the box here. Pena gets some words of encouragement from his first base coach. Down the first base line. Again, we'll do the 2-2 again, and it's going to be a 3-2 count now as that pitch was high and away. Same count as last time, and it's been that way both times for Rafael Pena. It's up to him to keep this inning alive. Kisei has walked 2 and struck out 2. The 3-2 payoff. This one is playable. High in the air, center field. Roglin going back. He's under it for the third and final out. So Pena battles again and is put out again. A 1-2-3 inning for Western Oklahoma. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. And we are through 4 here in our first game of our triple header. And we're going to go back to we're going to go to the top of the 5th inning when we return with a 1-1 tie. This is the Division II NJCAA Baseball World Series presented by Advanced Pierre Foods. We go to the top of the 5th. It's still 1-1. John Herrick with you live from David Allen Memorial Ballpark here for the NJCAA World Series. Western Oklahoma trying to defend its title from last year. Scottsdale trying to shake up the tournament. They actually delivered our first upset of the tournament. Scottsdale knocking off Lackawanna 6-5 on day 1 in 10 innings. Trying to get another upset. The one count is 1-1 to Connor Sabinosh, excuse me. Sabinosh grounded out back in the 2nd inning. And he is ahead now 2-1 after that pitch by Skylar Neal was low and in the dirt. That pitch, this time it's going into center field. Another play in center field again. We saw a lot of them in the last inning, and it's caught by Sherman LaCruz. So Sabinosh, for the 2nd time today, is retired. Zach Chavala now to the plate to round out the Scottsdale order. And it'll be James Boddicker after him in the on-deck circle. Chavala flew out to left in his last at-bat. Chavala's first pitch is chopped down the line, foul, out of play over towards the Scottsdale dugout. 0-1. Got some smart fans here in the ballpark. The 0-1 misses low and away for ball 1. Fans bringing the umbrella out. Smart thing to do, saves you from getting sunburned. Also, it's a pretty wise thing to do on a day where it's going to probably get into the upper 90s at its peak, is that 1-1 pitch is driven foul and out of play down the left field line. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Chivala waiting patiently. He chops this one over to second. Pena charges to make the play, and he is run over by his teammate Francisco Rosario. How often do you see that? Two teammates collide going after the ball. So he and Rosario clearly not on the same page. And they both said something to each other as they got up. Got to think that's going to be charged as an error. I think they're making that a hit. I think they're saying that is an infield hit for Chivala. And now up is Boddicker, and Boddicker rips this one into center, but again, right there is Cruz to make the play. Oh, it's going to be a base hit. It's a base hit. So now we got runners on first and second. Chivala on second, Boddicker on first. So now things gotten interesting for Scottsdale. They've got the go-ahead run on second. And an opportunity here for Ryan Santana. He has reached base both times today. Got on base by virtue of a walk, and then he reached first with an error. By way of an error in the third inning. First pitch to him, low and inside for ball 1. So again, Skylar Neal going to have to work his way out of a jam here in the top of the 5th. Infield shifting around at double play depth. The 1-0, that one's lined off the glove of Rosario and into the outfield. Runners are going to hold. Bases are loaded now. And they're going to rule that a hit because that was a very tough play. That was not an easy play to make. So Santana is aboard now. Now the bases are loaded with 1 out. And that is going to bring a conference now to the mound. I wonder if we'll see a new pitcher. Bases are loaded for Chris Roglin. Chris has had a tough day so far, 0 for 2. He grounded into a 6-4-3 double play back in the first and popped out to short in the third. Brief conference ends at the mound. Now you really want to get a double play and get out of this if you are Scottsdale. I doubt you want to face Chris Sabanash if you are Western Oklahoma, especially with how much havoc he caused in the second. That pitch is ripped over Rosario's head, and that's going to get down for a base hit. 1 run's going to score. The throw comes back into the infield quickly. Fielded on the hop by Elvis Rodriguez. But it is 2-1. Scottsdale regains the lead off an RBI single by Chris Roglin as Zach Chivala scores from third. 4th hit in the inning for Scottsdale. They only had 2 hits for the whole game coming into this inning, and now they've got 4 alone in the inning and 6 for the game. Now they lead at 2-1. 2 runs, 6 hits, and an error for the Fighting Artichokes. 1 run, 3 hits, and an error for the Pioneers. Boddicker is now at third. You've got Santana at second, and Roglin at second. Santana at second, Roglin at first. Roglin stepped off the first base bag, and I'm like, where'd he go? Now he's back there, having a chat with the first base umpire and his first base coach. So again, the base is loaded again This time for Chris Sabanash, Connor's brother. First pitch to Chris, down the middle for strike one. What a big moment in this game. Things got out of hand rather quickly. It started off with an easy fly out from Connor Sabanash, but then after that, Zach Chavala made things interesting. Now the pitch in there for a strike. It's 1-1 the count. Well, if they pulled Michael Peoples really quickly out of the game after 1+ innings, you got to figure they're probably, if Skylar Neal gives up another hit and lets this Scottsdale lead grow, his day might be done. It's 2-1 Scottsdale, and it's 2-1 the count after that low pitch inside to Chris Sabanash. Two-one on its way, chopped over in the infield, picked up on the hop by McAndrews. He throws home to get the force. McAndrews throws home to Wesson and gets the 5-2 force out. Sabanash grounds into a fielder's choice, and it's Ricky Bustamante now. It'll be up to him to keep this inning alive with 2 down. Smart play by McAndrews to charge from third and throw home. But the bases still remain loaded here for Bustamante with 2 down. So now you've got Santana on third, Roglin on second, and Sabanash on first for Scottsdale. That'll give Sebastian Kisei some run support, at least a little bit of it. I'm sure he'd like to get more than 1 run. Bustamante might do just that. It's ripped into center. No. Sherman LaCruz under it again to make the routine play, but a good, powerful hit nonetheless. Scottsdale does get 1 run in the inning. They get 4 hits as well. No errors, and they leave 3 on base. It is Scottsdale 2, Western Oklahoma 1. We head to the bottom of the 5th after this. This is the Division II NJCAA Baseball World Series presented by Advanced Pierre Foods.
Western Oklahoma State College, located in Altus, Oklahoma, has been dedicated to making quality higher education more accessible since 1926. Through online degree programs and interactive television courses, students can earn their degree from Western from all over the world. With 30 degree plans, affordable tuition, and schedules that fit both traditional and non-traditional students, it's no surprise that Western is a smart start. For more information about the endless opportunities at Western, call them at 580-477-2000 or visit them online at wosc.edu. Go Pioneers!
To book your Enid getaway, go to visitenid.org or call 877-999-ENID.
Well, once again, Western Oklahoma finds themselves trailing in this one, 2-1. They were down 1-0, came back and tied it. They'll have to do it again. And here in the bottom of the 5th inning, it'll be the 9-1-2 portion of the batting order. Hazel Wesson will get things started, followed by Esteban Paula and Marty Dunlap as Sebastian Casey goes out there for his 5th inning of work for Scottsdale. Casey delivers the first pitch to Wesson, and it's popped up high straight behind home plate. Now to play. Pretty good netting there behind home plate. It's pretty far reaching, although every once in a while you'll see a ball that just lips over the end of it. and land in the stands. The 0-1 pitch is low and inside for ball one to Hazel Wesson. He flew out to right back in the second. Got to feel good if you're Scottsdale. You got one in that fifth inning, but you also stranded three. That pitch is ripped by Wesson hard to right, and again, he flies out to right. Second straight time he's done that today, and he is retired. Esteban Paula now. Back to the top of the order. He is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. He scored on an RBI double from Marty Dunlap back in the third. It'll be up to Esteban Paula to try to do something like that again. We'll see. The right-hander digs in, takes the first pitch from Kisei, low and in the dirt for ball one. That one coming in at 88 miles an hour. The 1-0 pitch swung on and missed in a big way. That was a huge cut by Paula, but he was way behind it. It's 1 ball, 1 strike to him. That one has tried to, it's a bunt attempt, and there's one of those balls, like I said, just a little bit high enough to go over the tall netting here at David Allen Memorial Ballpark, and it falls harmlessly, though, into one of the green seats. Coming up immediately following this game, it'll be Catawba Valley Community College taking on Lackawanna. Tom Nelson will have the call for that one, and then at 7 o'clock tonight, back to the winner's bracket as Heartland will take on Madison. So Catawba and Lackawanna will play for their season. As the 1-2 pitch went behind him to the backstop. Both of those games will be on KCRC and online here at NJCAA.org and on CTVsports.com. The 2-2 misses high and away for ball three. As Esteban Paula doing a great job. He and Rafael Pena, at least from what I've seen in this game, have been the two most patient hitters from Western Oklahoma. They work the count like crazy. And he pops this one down the line and right. Now this is going to be shallow, and it's going to get down in front of Kevin Worth. That took an awkward hop. He's going to round second. He's going to head for third. He'll get in there easily and slide there. Pumps his fist, shares a moment with his third base coach, and he has a 1-out triple here in the fifth. Huge play by Esteban Paula. The tying run now 90 feet away. The go-ahead run comes to the plate in the form of Marty Dunlap, the designated hitter. He already has an RBI double today, and all he's going to need is an RBI single or a sac fly even. We'll tie this one up. So Paula now 1 for 2 with a walk. Can he score the second Western Oklahoma run? First pitch popped high in the air, shallow right again, almost the same exact area of the field, but it's caught by James Boddicker, and he looks over at third and says, "Don't even think about it, Esteban. I'm not letting that happen." So no ability to tag up and run. Now it's 2 outs. Now you have to get the ball down for a base hit. Sac fly not an option. Michael Cruz on now. He is 1 for 2 with a double and a pop out. Be ashamed to see that triple end up with a runner left on. That was the 4th Western Oklahoma hit of the day. And Paul is going to go and try to, he faked like he was going to steal home. He was halfway down the third base line before he decided to retreat. And the ball ended up being the pitch ended up being a ball from Kisei. Come on, Esteban, you got me all excited for nothing. The 1-0, high and inside for ball two. As soon as he saw Worth slide down and not able to make that catch and right, you knew Esteban had his mind made up. He was going for third. Worth is playing a lot further to the left in right field, so he had to come all the way back over to the right. It was a very difficult play for him. The 2-0 misses on the outside for the third ball of the at-bat. So now, see if Michael Cruz wants to take the 3-0 pitch or get the 3-0 green light. He's going to have the 3-0 green light, and he's going to chop it foul. And I think that ball was out of the strike zone. That probably would have been ball 4. Michael Cruz goes back in for the 3-1, a lefty-lefty matchup here. 3-1 on its way, high and inside for ball 4. Now you have runners on the corners with 2 outs. That's the third walk issued today by Sebastian Kisei. That'll bring up Elvis Rodriguez. Two outs. But there's 2 on for Western Oklahoma. It's 2-1. Scottsdale has the lead, but Western is threatening here. Another huge moment in this game. We've seen 1 hit in this inning, 4 total for the game. The hits have been hard to come by. Sebastian Kisei's pitched a pretty decent game through 4 2/3, but he's in a jam right now. And Elvis Rodriguez can help make him pay. Rodriguez, though, 0 for 2 today. And he takes strike 1 inside. 0-1, 84 miles an hour on the gun from Sebastian. Should Rodriguez stay alive, Sean McAndrews is in the green on deck circle. The 0-1 pitch, it gets in there and the runner's going to go. And he's going to head off and take for second. So Michael Cruz steals second base. And that's actually a huge play. Because now if McAndrews, or if Rodriguez can get a hit and bring McAndrews up to the plate, if he gets a hit, even if it's just a single, he could probably score 2 runs and give Western Oklahoma the lead. Scottsdale clinging to a 2-1 advantage, but Western Oklahoma has runners on second and third now here in the bottom of the 5th. The 1-1, high and upstairs for ball 2. Now Sebastian Kisei looks on with a little bit of uneasiness in his swagger right now. Motto's got to be just to fly out, get him out. And that one is ripped back to the screen and fouled off for strike 2. And Rodriguez not happy with himself. He hit the bat with his right hand after he hit that one because he knew he was a little bit behind it. He got the contact he wanted. He was just a little bit late. If he caught up to that ball a little bit sooner, we might be talking about a Western Oklahoma 3-2 lead right now. Still a 2-2 count. 2 outs here. Kisei waits, gets the sign, delivers low and inside for ball 3. Gotta admire the patience by everybody on this Western Oklahoma team. I think Billy Bean from the Oakland A's, if he would be watching this game right now, he'd love it. He was the general manager for the Oakland Athletics, who is credited for using the money ball strategy. Here's the 3-2 count. He rips this one high into the air to left. That ball is on its way out of here, and it is gone. A 3-run jack by Elvis Rodriguez, and he gives Western Oklahoma now a 4-2 lead. complexion of the game completely changed. Three-run home run. Around to score comes Paula. Around to score comes Cruz. And around to score comes Rodriguez. And it is now 4-2, Western Oklahoma. And that might have been the boost that they needed. Sean McAndrews now onto the plate. Pops this first one high and out of play for 0-1 count. And for Elvis Rodriguez for Western Oklahoma, that amounts to be his 14th home run of the season. He leads the team in that category. That pitch was just high up in the zone, and it was driven out of here, and you could see the doubt in Ryan Santana's eyes and left. As soon as that ball was hit, he knew that that one he had no chance at. The 1-1 cut on and miss for strike two to McAndrews. All it takes, people always say this in golf, all it takes is one bad hole, and sometimes in baseball, all it takes is one bad inning. The 1-2 high and outside for ball two to Sean. Western Oklahoma has less hits too. They have 5 hits to Scottsdale's 6. The 2-2 just misses off the edge of the plate. Sebastian Kisei not happy about that. And you got to think that fatigue is starting to become a factor. 3-2. Count is full. Bases are empty now. 2 outs. Kisei's pitch swung on and missed, inning over, but damage done. McAndrews strikes out for the second time, but a 3-run shot by Elvis Rodriguez is the difference in this game as Western Oklahoma regains the lead takes the lead for the first time on Scottsdale in the game. They lead at 4-2. We head to the top of the 6th when we come back. It is the NJCAA Baseball Division II World Series presented by Advanced Pierre Foods.
The thrill of victory on the baseball field is a direct result of the hours of practice in the batting cage and the bullpen. Bottom line, it takes hard work when nobody's watching to join your team on the big stage as you compete for a World Series title. Advanced Pierre Food Company believes in supporting all Enid sports programs and local events, and they are proud to sponsor the NJCAA World Series. Advanced Pierre Food would like to wish the players, coaches, and fans good luck in the JUCO World Series. Let's play ball from Advanced Pierre Food Company.
It's the annual Memorial Day blowout sale. Now's the time to buy at the Mattress Hub. The deals are crazy. Save up to $600 on Tempur-Pedic's most popular model, the Cloud Supreme, plus free delivery. Save up to $400 off on Serta's iComfort. On select mattresses, buy a bed, get a bed free. All this plus up to 4 years interest-free financing and a 1-year comfort guarantee. It's a Memorial Day sale you don't want to miss. Only at the Mattress Hub.
Follow the cheap sheet to the Mattress Hub.
Western Oklahoma out in front by a 4-2 advantage here in the top of the 6th. Be sure to stay tuned. After the game, we'll name our Wings to Go players of the game. We'll name a player from each team, and they'll get a free combo meal to Wings to Go. Wings to Go at the corner of Cleveland and Garriott, right behind Starbucks. Wings to Go, simply great wings. And for this portion of the batting order for Scottsdale, it'll be Corey Segui, followed by Kevin Worth and Connor Sabinosh. Segui singled back in the 4th and popped out in the 2nd. So he's 1 for 2. And Scottsdale now finds themselves with some work to do. Those 3 stranded batters they had back in the 5th loom large as this pitch is driven high in the air to center. Back is Cruz to make the out. Segui is retired. That is the 2nd straight put out by Sherman LaCruz. One away, bringing up Kevin Worth. Worth is 1 for 2 with an RBI single and a strikeout. First pitch on its way from Skylar Neal. Misses outside for ball 1. Again, it's amazing what a little run support will do to your pitcher's confidence, and we'll start to see that from Neal. At least we've seen it early on right now. The 1-0 misses high. In the on-deck circle, Connor Sabinosh. Excuse me, in the on-deck circle is Sabinosh. He was the one who started off that, who ended that fourth with the fly out before things started with Shivala's single. 3-0, and he is that pitch in there for a strike. (3-1) inside for ball 4. And Corey Segui takes first base. Or Kevin Worth takes first base. That is the first walk of the day, believe it or not, issued by Skylar Neal. So after Michael Peoples walked 3 guys in the first 2 innings, we saw 3 innings worth of work where there were no walks by Neal as he delivers ball 1 here to Connor Sabinosh. So you got Worth on first, Sabinosh at home plate. Sabinosh represents the tying run here in the top of the 6th. It's 4-2 Western Oklahoma State. After that 3-run jack by Elvis Rodriguez. The 1-0, low and inside. Oh, get that in there for a strike. You can tell by Sabinosh's body language that he didn't agree with the call. Here's the 1-1. That was an awkward throw. It's low and in the dirt for ball 2 from Skylar Neal. Neal, as he was throwing the ball, clearly looked over at first and checked the runner, and now he's having a conference with his first baseman, Elvis Rodriguez. And I think what Elvis is telling him, hey, don't worry about me. After you check the runner at first, go ahead and throw. Don't look over here as you're throwing your pitch. And I think that's what Elvis was trying to say. And he looks over again as he throws it and misses inside for ball 3. So clearly, Kevin Worth has Skylar Neal a little bit bothered here. Three balls and a strike. The throw over to first, not in time, and it was a little wide, and Elvis Rodriguez had to hop over Kevin Worth. The count now 3-1 to Connor. Payoff ripped into left, shallow left, and that one is going to be playable and caught by Esteban Paula. 2 down. Second fly out of the day for Connor Sabinosh. He's now 0 for 3. And that brings us back to Zach Shivala. Scored the second run of the game for Scottsdale off an RBI single. From Chris Roglin. Back in the 5th. That pitch is ripped over to second, on to first for the out. And Scottsdale leaves one after Shivala grounds out into the 4-3 put out to end the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors. There was a walk and 1 man left on base for Scottsdale. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It's 4-2 Western. You're listening to the NJCAA Division II World Series presented by Advanced Pierre Foods.
My future is in natural gas technology.
My future is in teaching.
I'm a future business leader.
My future is in computers and IT security.
My future is in diagnostic sonography.
My future is in human services, but there are a lot of majors to choose from.
Lackawanna College offers over 30 degree programs at 5 locations.
Lackawanna College helped define our futures. Call or visit today and find your future at Lackawanna College.
It's Northcutt's Memorial Day sale. Get great rebates, Memorial Day bonus cash, liquidation discounts, and 0% for up to 72 months. New 2012 Chevy Silverado 1500 extended cab, only $26,749. Or a 1500 Cruz, just $24,897. 2012 Chevy Sonic, just $15,499. Get pre-approved online at northcuttauto.com or call toll-free to lock in your best deal. Northcutt Chevrolet Buick Enid, your shortcut to a great deal.
Sunny skies and 87 degrees here at David Allen Memorial Ballpark, downtown Enid. I'm John Herrick with you. Western Oklahoma State University out to a 4-2 lead. Big thanks to our producer engineer back in the Enid studios, Lewis Foster. Also manning the TV setup here that you can see on NJCAA.org. Tom Nelson and brother Mike Nelson. And for Western Oklahoma State, it is Francisco Rosario, followed by Sherman LaCruz and Rafael Pena. Rosario digs in, takes ball 1 from Sebastian Kisei, who remains out there on the mound. Kisei started the game and is still out there and sees his pitch skied in the air to deep right center, and backpedaling and making a far-reaching grab was Chris Roglin. That was not an easy play. He and Kevin Worth were going after it, and the catch was made on the flyout. So Rosario is now 1 for 3. That brings up Sherman LaCruz. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. And I think we might have an injury here. Kevin Worth is out there, and so is Connor Sabinosh. Looks like, or excuse me, not Sabinosh, but Chris Roglin. Looks like Roglin's banged up. Having trouble trying to walk. I mean, he had to really reach back awkwardly to make a tough play in center, but he was able to do it. And now he is going to be tended to by the Scottsdale training staff as we have a stoppage in play here with 1 down. Again, during the World Series, each team is paired with a local business or organization and a Little League team to serve as a host during their stay in Enid. We'd like to recognize and thank the hosts for the teams in this game. For Scottsdale, they've been hosted by the Enid Longhorns baseball team and Evans True Value and Evans Pharmacy. For Western, they've been hosted by the Enid Bandits baseball team and the Merrifields. We're in the bottom of the 6th, and now as you take a look here, out in center field, Chris Roglin having his right leg looked at by trainer. Again, be sure to stay tuned after the game. We'll give you our Wings to Go players of the game. A player from each team will be named for their accomplishment today. I'll tell you right now, Elvis Rodriguez is probably the leading candidate for Western Oklahoma. But that's Wings to Go. They'll get a free combo meal gift certificate. In the corner of Cleveland and Garriott, and in Enid behind Starbucks, that's Wings to Go. Simply great wings. And he appears to be all right. Now he's running it off. As he gets a nice ovation from both sets of fans. And he appears to be in a A little bit of pain. Now he's doing an interesting exercise out there. Should keep his legs fresh. Trainer's running in, so it appears everything is all right. And Sebastian Kisei is going to take advantage of this time right now to warm up a little bit, take some more pitches. Sherman LaCruz waiting patiently. He's in the on-deck circle. LaCruz is 0 for 1 with a walk. Rafael Pena in the on-deck circle. Pena is also flown out to center today. He's 0 for 2. And we are now ready to go. Good to see Chris Roglin is all right in center. Sometimes when you make a great defensive play like that, it is the price your body pays. 4-2. Western Oklahoma State with the advantage here in the bottom of the 6th. The first pitch to LaCruz is outside for ball 1. Base is empty. The 1-0 pitch, high and outside for ball 2. 86 miles an hour on the gun from Sebastian Kisei. Sebastian Kisei, a freshman, 6'3", 235 pounds from Pine Top, Arizona. That first strike of the at-bat is fouled back directly behind Connor Sabinosh into the screen for strike 1. 2-1 the count. Here's the 2-1, high and outside for ball 3. Again, more patience being shown here by Sherman LaCruz. One of the things I've noticed is that the patience, when it's displayed by one guy on the team, the other guys start to chime in and they're patient as well. They start to pick their spots and don't swing at the first pitch and wait for the right moment. That's exactly what Western Oklahoma has done well today, and the patience pays off for LaCruz as he draws a 1-out walk. That is the 4th walk issued today by Sebastian Kisei. Brings up Rafael Pena. If he can stay alive, we'll see Hazel Wesson. This has been the portion of the batting order that has been the most difficult for Western Oklahoma. It's really been the top of the order. Batters 1 through 4 that have done most of the damage. Paul of Dunlap, Cruz, and Rodriguez. As Pena takes ball 1 low and inside. Small lead by LaCruz over at first. The 1-0, low and inside for ball 2. Be sure to catch every single one of the JUCO World Series games right here on ESPN Radio, 1390 KCRC, also online at ctbsports.com and njcaa.org. Is the 2-0 high and outside for ball 3. I think Sebastian Kisei looks like he's getting tired. It's 3 balls, no strikes to Pena. And he takes strike 1. Again, the most patient and agonizing hitter for Kisei to face, because Pena has been one of the guys responsible for running up a high pitch count here. The 3-1 ripped high down the line and foul. If he had been a little bit later on that ball, that could have really done some damage. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and a runner on first for Western Oklahoma, trying to add to their 4-2 lead. Runner goes, 3-2, hit and run unsuccessful as it's fouled. And that ball hit the really low portion of the bat how Sebastian Kise was trying to jam Pena on the inside. And it almost worked. We'll do the 3-2 again. Here it is from Kise. High and inside, ball 4. Runners get to move. 2 straight walks from Kise, and I think we might see a pitching change on its way. Now a quick conference between one of the infielders and Kise. It looks like the second baseman. It is James Boddicker having a short conversation with Kise, and I think we might see a pitching change right now. So now we're having the whole infield get together, and the 2 runners on first and second, they're having a conversation with their Western Oklahoma third base coach. Kise's day is done. He receives a nice ovation. We'll get the final numbers on Sebastian Kise and let you know about the new pitcher when we return. 4-2. Western Oklahoma leads Scottsdale. This is the NJCAA Division II World Series presented by Advanced Pierre Foods.
Hey Monique, wait up.
Manny, good to see you.
Wow, great outfit.
I got it on Park Avenue.
Park Avenue? You're a classy lady, Monique, but can you afford to shop on Park Avenue?
You can if it's Park Avenue in Enid, Oklahoma. I got this outfit for only $5 at Park Avenue Thrift.
Park Avenue Thrift? What's that?
It's a thrift store in the 500 block of South Grand, right on Park Avenue. They have anything you could want, even outfits like this one at ridiculously low prices.
Is it exclusive? Can you get me in, Monique?
Of course, anyone can shop there. That's why they call it Enid's own community thrift store. And the best part is that 100% of the profit is given back to the community. Would you like to go with me? It's just up the street.
I'm no dummy. Let's go.
Four to 2, advantage Western Oklahoma, and they've got 2 runners on first and second. Sebastian Kise's day is done. He pitches 5 1/3 innings, gives up 5 hits, 4 runs, all of which were earned, walked 5 and struck out 3. Tanner Kemp is the new pitcher for Scottsdale. And he faces Hazel Wesson. 1 out, and Wesson takes strike 1. Kemp's numbers: 24 1/3 innings pitched. He's given up 8 runs, 6 of which are earned, 28 hits, struck out 21, walked 10, an ERA of 2.22. No wins, no losses. The 0-1 clips the outside corner for strike 2. The loser of this game will fall down, and they will have the fun task of playing LSU Eunice tomorrow at noon. So you really don't want to lose this game, as that one is ripped off the bag on third, and it will go fair. 1 run will come around to score. The second runner will hold up at third. Stand up double for Hazel Wesson. It's 5-2 Western. Sherman LaCruz was the one who came around to score. Takes us back to the top of the order. Hit number 6 for the Pioneers. First one of the day for Hazel, and it's an RBI. that takes us back to the top of the order. Esteban Paula tripled and scored back in the 5th. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. He skies this one high in the air to the left. This could be a sac fly situation. It's caught, and that's exactly what it's going to be. The runner from 3rd will score. That is Rafael Pena, and the RBI sac fly does its job. And it is now 6-2, Western Oklahoma State University. Pena receives a nice hand from his teammates. That brings us to Marty Dunlap, the designated hitter. 1 for 3 today with an RBI double back in the 3rd. This game, like every game, is scheduled to go 9 innings. Unless by some crazy stroke of luck, Western Oklahoma is able to get 4 more runs and lead by 8. And end up holding Scottsdale to 2 the rest of the way. Marty Dunlap sees his count even at 1-1. 2 down. On second, that is Hazel Wesson in scoring position. 2 outs. 1-1, a nice hanging curveball again from Tanner Kemp. Things were going all right for Scottsdale. They had a 2-1 lead until that 3-run 5th and this 2-run 6th. And that pitch is ripped high in the air into the gap in left center. That one's going to get down, and it's going to be 7-2 Western. Stand-up double for Marty Dunlap. And the RBI. His 2nd RBI double of the game. And that is hit number 7 for Western. So Cruz now comes to the plate. Michael Cruz, who scored back in the 6th. We are still in the scored back in the 5th. We are still in the bottom of the 6th. Cruz, the lefty, digs in. First pitch to him is cut on and missed. So Tanner Kemp not exactly coming on doing what you'd hoped he would. You hoped he'd kind of come on and stop the bleeding. That hasn't been the case. He gave up the RBI double that scored 2 runs, scored 1 run, and then the sac fly that scored the 6th. And that pitch is ripped by Cruz into right, but getting under it with no problem is Kevin Worth. But damage done. 3 more runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base for Western Oklahoma. And they lead it now 7-2 as we have played 6 innings. We head to the top of the 7th. It is the NJCAA Division II World Series presented by Advanced Pierre Foods.
The thrill of victory on the baseball field is a direct result of the hours of practice in the batting cage and the bullpen. Bottom line, it takes hard work when nobody's watching to join your team on the big stage as you compete for a World Series title. Advanced Pierre Food Company believes in supporting all Enid sports programs and local events, and they are proud to sponsor the NJCAA World Series. Advanced Pierre Food would like to wish the players, coaches, and fans good luck in the JUCO World Series. Let's play ball from Advanced Pierre Food Company.
My future is in natural gas technology.
My future is in teaching.
I'm a future business leader.
My future is in computers and IT security.
My future is in diagnostic sonography.
My future is in human services, but there are a lot of majors to choose from.
Lackawanna College offers over 30 degree programs at 5 locations.
Lackawanna College helped define our futures. Call or visit today and find your future at Lackawanna College.
Well, these last 2 innings have not gone well for Scottsdale. Speaking of 2, they led 2-1, but Now they are in a hole big time. James Boddicker, top of the order. He leads off and grounds over to second and is thrown out. Not the way you'd want to start, and he is now 1 for 3. One for 4, excuse me. He's grounded out twice, flown out once, and singled. Now that brings up Ryan Santana. He is 1 for 2 with a walk. He reached on an error back in the third, walked in the first, and hit a single back in the fifth. But that inning where Scottsdale stranded 3 runners on in the fifth with the bases loaded, even after they got 1 run, is looming pretty large right now, as Ryan Santana sees his count even at 1 here in the top of the 7th. 1-1 pitch, misses low and away for ball 2. Chris Roglin is not going to be batting. He has a pinch hitter for him in the on-deck circle. And that looks to be at is Devin Turner. It's a 2-2 count to Ryan Santana. And the umpire calls for time. Apparently there was an issue with one of the foul balls. Two balls, 2 strikes to Santana. Got him looking. Sometimes when you wait for the right pitch, you wait a little too long, and that's what happened to Santana. He is struck out. Second strikeout victim for Skylar Neal. Neal has come on and done a fantastic job since the second inning. He came on, he got Western Oklahoma out of that jam in the second after they gave up 1 run. He did give up the RBI single, but since then, he's only given up 1 run since then, and he's done a heck of a job. And the first pitch to Chris Roglin, or to the pinch hitter, Devin Turner. Turner, a freshman, 5'10", 175 pounds. Of course, Turner was the one that hit the home run over the wall to put the 8-run rule in effect against Lackawanna on Saturday. The 2-0 chopped over to third, fielded on the hop. On the to first for the easy out. Good throw by Sean McAndrews. And that will end the inning on the 5-3 put out. It's stretch time here at David Allen. Western Oklahoma has stretched their lead to 5, 7-2. We head to the bottom of the 7th after this. This is the NJCAA Division II World Series presented by Advanced Pierre Foods.
Western Oklahoma State College, located in Altus, Oklahoma, has been dedicated to making quality higher education more accessible since 1926. Through online degree programs and interactive television courses, students can earn their degree from Western from all over the world. With 30 degree plans, affordable tuition, and schedules that fit both traditional and non-traditional students, it's no surprise that Western is a smart start. For more information about the endless opportunities at Western, call them at 580-477-2000 or visit them online at wosc.edu. Go Pioneers!
To book your Enid getaway, go to visitenid.org or call 877-999-ENID.
We're in the bottom of the 7th. Western Oklahoma leading 7-2 with a chance to extend their 5-run lead. 6 runs, 3 for them in the 5th and 3 for them in the 6th. You can thank the 3-run jack hit by Elvis Rodriguez, who, by the way, is at the plate. He tries to show bunt. That's a little humorous. after you see a guy hit a home run, then he, in his next at bat, shows bunt. There's something you don't see every day. He was quiet up until that. He was 0 for 2 until that 3-run jack. Big cut on and miss that time. 1-1 count. And then after him, we'll see Sean McAndrews and Francisco Rosario. The 1-1, he fakes to lay that one down, and he takes a strike. He thought it was going to be a ball, didn't agree with the call, but it is a strike nonetheless. Also, you can thank the RBI double from Hazel Wesson, and then another RBI double by Marty Dunlap in the 6th. That one is chopped over to third, picked up by Segui. Segui's got a long throw over to first, but he's able to make it. So Rodriguez leads off the 7th with a ground out. That brings up Sean McAndrews, who is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. Tanner Kemp still out there on the mound for Scottsdale. Coming on in relief. And that pitch is popped up, infield play. And making the easy catch. Oh, look, didn't look so easy after that, but he was falling backwards, and Corey Segui is able to make the pop out. 2 outs. Brings on Francisco Rosario to try to keep the inning alive.
First out, number 4, Francisco Rosario.
So Tanner Kemp has started to settle down, but he gives up a 2-out single as Rosario bloops that one into right. And then he is tagged out at first. He tripped and he was tagged out at first. You don't see that happen all the time. The old-fashioned 9-3 put out. So he's retired, and that'll end the 7th inning. That's an inning that Scottsdale needed big time defensively. We head to the top of the 8th. Western still in the driver's seat, leading 7-2. This is the NJCAA Division II World Series presented by Advanced Pierre Foods.
It's Northcutt's Memorial Day sale. Get great rebates, Memorial Day bonus cash, liquidation discounts, and 0% for up to 72 months. New 2012 Chevy Silverado 1500 extended cab, only $26,749. Or a 1500 Cruz, just $24,897. 2012 Chevy Sonic, just $15,499. Get pre-approved online at northcuttauto.com or call toll-free to lock in your best deal. Northcutt Chevrolet Buick Enid, your shortcut to a great deal.
It's the annual Memorial Day blowout sale. Now's the time to buy at the Mattress Hub. The deals are crazy. Save up to $600 on Tempur-Pedic's most popular model, the Cloud Supreme, plus free delivery. Save up to $400 off on Serta's iComfort. On select mattresses, buy a bed, get a bed free. All this plus up to 4 years interest-free financing and a 1-year comfort guarantee. It's a Memorial Day sale you don't want to miss. Only at the Mattress Hub.
Follow the cheap sheet to the Mattress Hub.
Well, the loser of this game will have to play LSU Eunice, who we've got a shot of right there on our NJCAA video stream right there. LSU players sitting out ready to see who they'll play at this point. Looks like they'll end up having to face Scottsdale, who trails 7-2 here in the top of the 8th as they try to cut into this lead. It's Chris Sabinosh who swings and misses at strike 2, followed by Ricky Bustamante and Corey Segui here. 4, 5, 6 portion of the order in the 8th. Oh and 2. Sometimes, you know, when you're down by this many runs, you just need to get on the base quickly. Chopped and it stays foul. That was almost a heck of a play there. Hazel Wesson almost was hoping he'd have a nice little pop out there. I think the story so far is going to be how LSU responds after that tough loss they had on Tough loss they had yesterday. Pitch skied down the line, foul. We'll do the 0-2 again. Well, Western Oklahoma came into this game as the favorite, and they were struggling through 4.5 innings, but then in the bottom of the 5th, everything changed as the ball there, 1-2 the count to Chris Sabinosh, the DH. 3 runs off a 3-run homer by Elvis Rodriguez changed the complexion of this game as that pitch is chopped over to third. McAndrews fields it cleanly. That was not an easy play, but he made it look easy as he fires on to first for the out. Sabinosh is retired. Second straight 5-3 put out by the Western defense, and that will bring up Ricky Bustamante. Bustamante is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Kevin Worth drove Bustamante home back in the 2nd, and he takes ball 1 low and inside. Top 8. If Scottsdale cannot rally, they will be down to 1 loss away from elimination, but season's not over. But the bad news is they'd have to play LSU Eunice tomorrow. It's 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out. That pitch bounces in the dirt and gets behind Hazel Wesson, but no one on base, so no harm, no foul. Heck of a job by Skylar Neal. He has really come on and helped do a dynamite job for Western in relief after Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps is making an appearance at the NJCAA. Yeah, Michael Peoples, excuse me. Was taken out of the game after 1+ innings. Again, Michael Peoples going to Oklahoma State next year. Ball 3, missing low and away. Here's the 3-2. And did it hit him? I think it did. Yes, it hits Bustamante. That's going to help their cause as he walks down to first. 1 out. And a runner on. So Corey Segui, who singled back in the 4th, is 1 for 3. And should he not ground into a double play, we'll see Kevin Worth. And that pitch gets away from Wesson, but he's able to get it back out there, but he rolled it off the mound. 1-0 the count. Coming up next, immediately following this one, Matt Howell will have the call between Catawba Valley Community College and Lackawanna. That game is in the losers bracket, so their seasons are on the line for both of those teams. That one is ripped high into the air, into the left. Getting under it with no problem, Esteban Paula. 2 outs as Corey Segui is done. That might be the last time we see him at bat today. Kevin Worth now onto the plate. He is 1 for 2 with a walk and an RBI single back in the 2nd, but he struck out in the 4th. First pitch to him, misses inside for ball 1. Beautiful Memorial Day here in downtown Enid. I've got my USA t-shirt on. Proud support of our country. All the servicemen and women serving overseas. I'm sure there are some of them watching family members here on the NJCAA webpage, also listening online maybe. Thank you, any of you out there listening. Thanks a whole lot for everything that you guys do for this great country. The 1-1 pitch is in there for strike 2 to Kevin Worth. Bustamante on first with a walk with 2 outs. And Worth has got to get something going here. Even if you can't get 5 runs in the 8th, you'd like to be able to get 2, maybe 3. The 1-2 misses inside for ball 2. And later on tonight, after the Lackawanna CVCC game, it'll be Heartland and Madison back to the winner's bracket. That game set to get underway at 7. 2-2 grounded back over to short. Fielded by Rosario. Steps on the bag. That will end the inning. At the end of 7.5, it is 7-2. Western on top as we go to the bottom of the 8th. It is the NJCAA Division II World Series presented by Advanced Pierre Foods.
The thrill of victory on the baseball field is a direct result of the hours of practice in the batting cage and the bullpen. Bottom line, it takes hard work when nobody's watching to join your team on the big stage as you compete for a World Series title. Advanced Pierre Food Company believes in supporting all Enid sports programs and local events, and they are proud to sponsor the NJCAA World Series. Advanced Pierre Food would like to wish the players, coaches, and fans good luck in the JUCO World Series. Let's play ball from Advanced Pierre Food Company.
Western Oklahoma State College, located in Altus, Oklahoma, has been dedicated to making quality higher education more accessible since 1926. Through online degree programs and interactive television courses, students can earn their degree from Western from all over the world. With 30 degree plans, affordable tuition, and schedules that fit both traditional and non-traditional students, it's no surprise that Western is a smart start. For more information about the endless opportunities at Western, call them at 580-477-2000 or visit them online at wosc.edu. Go Pioneers!
Well, now we're back for the bottom of the 8th inning. Time for Western Oklahoma to possibly get some insurance runs here. Be sure to stay tuned after the game. We'll give out our Wings to Go Players of the Game gift certificates. 1 player from Scottsdale and 1 player from Western Oklahoma will get a combo meal gift certificate to Wings to Go. That's Wings to Go on the corner of Cleveland and Garriott in Enid behind Starbucks. Wings to Go, simply great wings. Also a great place to watch sports as well. Lots of big screen TVs. Now, to start this inning, it'll be for Western Oklahoma. We'll see Shermaine Cruz, the 7, 8, 9 portion of the order. Cruz followed by Rafael Pena, Hazel Wesson. Cruz takes ball 1. It is a 1-0 count to him. Still out there is Tanner Kemp pitching in relief for Scottsdale. Kemp came on in the bottom of the 6th, gave up an RBI double and gave up 3 runs. He came on in relief of Sebastian Kisei. Kisei pitched 5 1/3 for Scottsdale. He gave up 4 runs, all earned, and 5 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 5 walks. 1-2 on its way, high and outside. And after an early exit from Michael Peoples, Skylar Neal has come on and pitched really. He's pitched innings 2 through 7 pretty well as that check swing hit is trickled down to first. Ricky Bustamante picks it up and tags out the bag. So Sherman Lucas is retired on the ground out. That brings up Rafael Pena. Actually, we'll see a pinch hitter here. So instead of Rafael Pena, we'll see Cesar Figueroa. Figueroa this year, a .321 batting average. 25 singles for him. Also 25 runs batted in and 5 home runs. So Pena's day is done. He was 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Scored that run back in the 6th. So Figueroa takes strike 2. One out here, base is empty. Rather, strike one, excuse me. It's 2-1 the count. Now it's strike two. Sometimes games like these just come down to a play or two that swings everything, and in this case for Western Oklahoma, had to be Elvis Rodriguez and his 3-run jack back in the 5th. And this pitch is hit pretty well, but into left. Underneath it for the easy out is Ryan Santana. So Figueroa is retired, brings up Hazel Wesson. RBI double for him back in the 6th. He drove home 2 runs and then an RBI, then a sac fly later in the inning. He drove home 1 run and then a sac fly drove in another one, and then we had another RBI double after that from Marty Dunlap. Wesson rips this one foul down the third base line. It's a 1-1 count. Again, as always, you can connect with us on the web. You can follow us on Twitter at CTB Sports. That's our username. Also, you can find us on Facebook as well. The 1-1 low and away for 2-1 count. Base is empty here with 2 outs. Also, you can send me an email if you'd like. Let me know if you have any comments, questions, or concerns about the broadcast. That's jherrick@knid.com, jherrick@knid.com. That pitch hit high and down the line and first and out of play. 2s across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. In the top of the 9th, you'll see Kevin Worth, Connor Sabinosh, and Zach Chavala for Scottsdale. That pitch goes way over the head of the catcher. That one definitely got away from Tanner Kemp. And so it's the 7, 8, 9 portion of the order up to Scottsdale. It'll be up to those 3 guys to see if they can keep Scottsdale from having to go to the losers bracket. The 3-2 ripped down the line. That one's going to be fair, and it's going to get down. And he's going to hold up at first with a 2-out single from Hazel Wesson. So Hazel had a pretty quiet day back in the 6th. He had a pretty quiet day up until the 6th inning. He has gone from being 0 for 2 to now 2 for 4. That takes us back to the top of the order for Esteban Paula. Again, 2 outs. Tanner Kemp just trying to ease the burden here. And he pitches that one low and away for ball 1 to Paula. Paula is a very patient hitter. He walked it back in the 3rd. On his first at bat, didn't show a ton of patience when he struck out, but on the 3rd inning at bat, he walked and scored, and then on the 5th inning, he ripped a triple and then scored in that inning as well. Off the 3-run homer from Elvis Rodriguez, and he's ahead in the count, 2-0. 7-2 Western. They're on top of Scottsdale in the bottom of the 8th. They have been in the driver's seat since the 5th inning. Swing and a miss for strike 1, excuse me. So Esteban, you can tell when he runs the base paths, that speed of his really comes into play. And we saw it when he hit that triple back in the 5th. The 2-1 on its way. Here it is from Kemp, right down the right side of the plate for strike 2. We've got 2s across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Western Oklahoma done a heck of a job today defending their title. The 2-2 misses low and away for ball 3. Third base coach of the Pioneers barking out a signal to his runner on first, Hazel Wesson. And Wesson's going to go hit and run, chop foul. Back to the wall. So Wesson will have to head back down to first. Approaching the 3 o'clock hour here, local time in downtown Enid. It is a 3-2 count. See if Esteban Paula can keep the sitting alive, maybe drive home an insurance run or two for the Pioneers. Runner goes, ball 4. Paula's patience pays off again. That is the first walk issued by Kemp. Bring up Marty Dunlap. Dunlap, the DH, has had a heck of a day. 2 for 4. 2 for 4, 2 runs batted in, 2 doubles. And he's got 2 runners on base with 2 outs. First pitch to him, low and away. Missing for ball 1. I'm kind of hoping Scottsdale hangs around a little bit longer. Like seeing all those Artichoke Nation t-shirts, like seeing schools that have own little pride things that are unique to them. That pitch is ripped down the line in right field. That's going to head over into the bullpen. Watch out, there are some LSU Eunice players over there. One ball, one strike. Runners return to their bases. It's Paula on first, Wesson on second. Here's the 1-1. Hanging curveball, chopped over to short, and it goes over his head and into the outfield. Wesson's going to come around from second, and he'll score. Runners on the corners now with 2 outs, and it's 8-2. That ball took the weirdest hop, and Dunlap has another RBI. He just batted in his 3rd run of the day. And for the 2nd time today, Wesson has come around to score. It is now 8-2. Western in the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs. Is Tanner Kemp going to stay out there? We'll see. A pinch runner is going to come on for Western. And that is Soric Liberia. Soric Liberia normally plays second base. He is a freshman for the Pioneers. Michael Cruz now to the plate. He grounds this one over to second. Play is made by Pena, and he throws on to first to get the out. 4-3 put out. 1 run, 1 hit. And no errors, 2 men left on base, but Western Oklahoma gets 1 more, and Scottsdale will have 1 opportunity left when we head to the top of the 9th. They lose, again, they go to the losers bracket. This is the NJCAA Division II World Series presented by Advanced Pierre Foods.
It's the annual Memorial Day blowout sale. Now's the time to buy at the Mattress Hub. The deals are crazy. Save up to $600 on Tempur-Pedic's most popular model, the Cloud Supreme, plus free delivery. Save up to $400 off on Certus iComfort. On select mattresses, buy a bed, get a bed free. All this plus up to 4 years interest-free financing and a 1-year comfort guarantee. It's a Memorial Day sale you don't want to miss. Only at the Mattress Hub.
Follow the cheap sheet to the Mattress Hub.
Western Oklahoma State College, located in Altus, Oklahoma, has been dedicated to making quality higher education more accessible since 1926. Through online degree programs and interactive television courses, students can earn their degree from Western from all over the world. With 30 degree plans, affordable tuition, and schedules that fit both traditional and non-traditional students, it's no surprise that Western is a smart start. For more information about the endless opportunities at Western, call them at 580-477-2000 or visit them online at wosc.edu. Go Pioneers!
Well, it all comes down to this for Scottsdale. They're down 6. They need some runs in a hurry. And they have 3 outs left. And we have a new pitcher for Western. It is Victor Mendez. So Skylar Neal's day is complete. Victor Mendez on. Now, try to close this one out for Western. Victor Mendez this season, in 30 2/3 innings pitched, he has a 4-1 record, 10 saves. Trying to get number 11 here. He's got a 2.35 ERA. But a heck of a job in relief, and that he is setting up Skylar Neal to get the win. And if he can close the deal, Neal will get his 10th win of the season. He's got to face Connor Sabinosh first. It's 8-9-1 portion of the order. It's Sabinosh, Zach Chuvala, and James Boddicker. It's up to those 3 guys to try to keep the inning alive. And Victor Mendez is quickly behind in the count, 2-0. For Western, Mendez is a freshman. A lot of good young talent on all of these teams. A lot of good freshmen and sophomores. Have great futures with their respective ball clubs. The 2-0, right down the middle for strike 1. That pitch is a strike right down the middle. A heck of a throw, 83 miles an hour against Connor Sabinosh. And that pitch is chopped off of the foot of Sabinosh. He hit that one off foul on his leg. That never, ever feels good. It's easy for me to say up here in the press box with air condition, but I think I always feel a percentage of the pain of the guy that hits the ball off his foot. It looks painful, it doesn't look good, and it has to feel 10 times worse. But Sabinosh, being the tough guy that he is, will go back in there. Here's the 2-2 pitch, misses outside for ball 3. Mendez in line to get the save. Neal in line to get the win. Michael Peoples will get the no decision after a brief stint. Skylar Neal pitched 5 solid innings. Or actually, excuse me, 6 solid innings as a walk is issued by Mendez. A leadoff walk, good patience there by Connor Sabinosh. First time he's gotten on base today. He was 0 for 3 until that at bat. Zach Chuvala now to the plate. Chuvala 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. He scored that run back in the 5th. Pinch runner coming on. For Scottsdale. Couldn't quite see the number on the guy. And for Scottsdale, it is first pitch on the way to Chuvala is a ball inside. Western Oklahoma continues its title defense. They're 3 outs away from ending it, but they just have a runner put on first. Strike 1 delivered. Count is even at 1. Sam Rector is the new runner on there. 2-1 the count as that one misses inside to Zach Chavala. Rector is a 6 foot, 200-pound freshman. The 2-1 nearly hit him. Oh, they're going to say it did hit him. Wow, that looked close, but it grazed his jersey. So you can't like the way this inning has started if you're Western. So you have it started with a hit, a walk, and a hit batsman.
Second baseman, number 11, James Bonner.
That brings us back to the top of the order for Scottsdale. It's James Boddicker. Boddicker is 1 for 3. And now you have runners on first and second for Scottsdale. Still nobody out here in this top of the 9th frame. First pitch from Mendez, misses low and inside for ball 1. Whenever you see big innings like this, when the team faces a huge deficit, what usually happens is little things go wrong in the beginning. Little subtle things that you don't start to think are big until late. And again, Mendez is behind to Boddicker, 2-0. Ryan Santana waiting in the on-deck circle. He is 1 for 3 with a walk. He singled back in the 5th. Boddicker, the pitch, low, but it got in there for a strike. 2-1 the count. It's funny, I think some LSU Eunice players were here. Oh, they still are. I don't think they're leaving. Baseball players know it's never over until it's over. That one is ripped into right. That's going to get down well fair. One run for sure is going to come home to score. And there, Cruz is having trouble playing it off the wall. The throw is cut off, and 2 runs are going to score. It's an RBI double at the hands of James Boddicker. And now it's 8-4. Sabanash is in. Chavala is in. He came all the way home from 3rd to score. Now we go to Ryan Santana. And already a quick conference on the mound here. Boy, it'd be crazy to see Taylor Mendez blow this save opportunity, or Victor Mendez blow the save opportunity. He has a 4-1 record and 10 saves this year. He's been very reliable for him, but he has gotten off to a very rocky start. It started with a walk to Sabanash, and then he hit Chavala, and then an RBI double from James Boddicker. And again, that was a great hit to just the right part of the field, where Michael Cruz wasn't able to get well in front of it. He was playing more on the left side of right field and had to come all the way back over. 8-4 is your score. Runner on second. Still nobody out for Ryan Santana. The lefty digs in. Way low and inside pitch from Mendez. And Devin Turner was the guy who (2-0) pitch. Devin Turner was a big part of the win yesterday for Scottsdale. He's in the on-deck circle waiting. He came on and pinch hit in the last at bat. Finally a strike is hit on the outside part of the plate. Swing and a miss. So now Ryan Santana, who was behind 2-0, finds himself tied with the count at 2-2, but really a strikeout here would be huge for Mendez's confidence, especially with Boddicker lurking over his shoulder in second. That one is sprayed the other way, but drops down for foul. It was Turner who laid down the safety squeeze towards second base that scored Jake Bamrick, that ended up being the winning run for Scottsdale in the win on Saturday. And he's in the on-deck circle waiting, but you got to get Santana out here if you're Mendez. Looks over towards second again, watching Boddicker quickly, and that one is hit the other way. It goes off the glove of McAndrews. Now that's going to send Santana to third, but it's not. The ball didn't go deep enough into the outfield, so you're going to have runners on the corners with nobody out again. With Devin Turner coming to the plate. Turner grounded out in his last at bat. Now if he's able to get on, the tying run is in the on-deck circle. There's still nobody out. Righty-righty is the matchup here. Chris Sabinosh is the one waiting. First pitch, low and away, ball one. It is a 1-0 count. Inside, it almost hit him. Looked like it might even graze part of his jersey from up here, but they say no. Instead, it's just a 2-0 count. Scottsdale scored 1 in the second, 1 in the fifth. 2 more here in the ninth. The 2-0 is in there for a strike. As for Western Oklahoma, they scored 1 in the third, then tacked on 3 in the fifth and 3 in the sixth, 1 more in the eighth. They lead at 8-4, but Scottsdale's made things very interesting here in the top of the ninth. The 2-1 pitch is driven high, but way out of play on the right side. A lot of smart people here at David Allen. Instead of opting to sit in the sun, a lot of them are standing in the shade. Don't blame them. Temperatures reached over 90 degrees today. It's now around 92. But not a cloud in the sky. Here's the 2-2. It's chopped foul down the line over into the western dugout. Bounces off the dugout and into the outfield. Devin Turner doing his best Rafael Pena impersonation, staying alive with a lot of poise, getting out in front of these pitches. Here's the 2-2 from Mendez. That one is ripped into center, and that one is going to be come on and caught, but it's going to be a sac fly. Scoring from third will be Boddicker. It's 8-5 now. Turner with an RBI there. It's 8-5. That brings up Chris Sabinosh. 1 away now. So you still have Santana on first. He's the only batter there. And Ricky Bustamante in the on-deck circle. And that's huge for Mendez to get that first out. First pitch was low and in there for ball one. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch is low and away for ball two. And looks like the whole infield might come together and try to give Mendez some words of encouragement here. Or it's really just the shortstop. It's Francisco Rosario telling him something, letting him go back to work. 2-0, here it comes. Hit high in the air to left. Trickling back the other way. Making the catch at the warning track is Esteban Paula. He has had a busy day out there, but he makes a huge catch to get the second out. So Sabinosh is retired. He is now 0 for 4. Finishes the day 0 for 4. That brings up Ricky Bustamante, and it all comes down to him. If Scottsdale loses this game, they play LSU Eunice tomorrow at noon. This is game number 8. We could have potentially, we know we'll have 18 games for sure, possibly 19 in this JUCO World Series. It's 8-5, Western on top here with 2 outs. First pitch in there for strike 1, 0-1. Bustamante now sees the catcher set up outside. The 0-1 is way outside to even the count at 1. 2 outs. Winner has a chance to move on. Winner will move on tomorrow and play at 7 o'clock against Des Moines Area Community College. Counts now 2-1. Of course, Des Moines Area Community College got the win over LSU Eunice. They'll play at 7 o'clock Tuesday night. And the 2-1 is in there for strike 2. So now things are dire for Scottsdale. They're down to their last strike with an 8-5 score. See if Bustamante can keep him alive. Mendez is on the verge of getting the save. It hasn't been easy for him, but he can do it with a strikeout here. The 2-2. Chopped over to first, hit off the leg of the first baseman. Rodriguez gets on the bag and slams his hand down on the bag to end the game. And Western continues its title defense by knocking off Scottsdale 8-5. Celebration on here at David Allen Memorial Ballpark. Scottsdale will take on LSU Eunice tomorrow. We'll take a timeout, come back with your scoring and recap that. Also, we'll present the Wings to Go players of the game as well. This is the NJCAA Division II World Series presented by Advanced Pierre Foods. 5 is your final. Western Oklahoma gets the win over Scottsdale. Let's run you down through your scoring here today. Scottsdale got things started with a 1 run in the top of the second. It was a walk by 2 straight walks by Ricky Bustamante and Chris Sabinosh. Then an RBI single by Kevin Worth drove home Bustamante, gave Scottsdale a 1-0 lead. Then in the 3rd inning, Western Oklahoma added an RBI double from Marty Dunlap that drove home Esteban Paula to tie the game at 1. Scottsdale went back in front in the 5th inning off an RBI single from Chris Roglin, scoring Zach Chavala. That made it 2-1. And then things changed drastically in the 5th with runners on 1st and 3rd in the 5th inning. A 3-run homer by Elvis Rodriguez made it 4-2 Western Oklahoma. And then they added on 3 more in the 6th to take a 7-2 advantage. That came from an RBI double off the hands of Hazel Wesson, and then a sac fly from Esteban Paula, and then another RBI double from Marty Dunlap. So Marty with 2 RBI doubles and an RBI single, he drove home 3 runs all together. It'll be tough for me to decide who to give the Wings to Go player of the game to, whether it's Marty Dunlap or Marty Dunlap or Elvis Rodriguez, but those 2 guys both had a terrific game for Western Oklahoma. And then they added 1 on in the 8th inning. An RBI single again from Dunlap made it 8-2. But then things got interesting in the 9th inning. Scottsdale made a little bit of a rally. First it was a leadoff walk from Victor Mendez. Victor Mendez had a leadoff walk and then a hit bat. Then he hit the second batter. He walked Sabinosh, then hit Chavala. Then it was an RBI double from James Boddicker that drove home Sabinosh and Chavala, made it 8-4. Then a sac fly by Devin Turner made it 8-5. But then Mendez was able to hold off and secure the win for Western Oklahoma with a fly out to left to end the game. Fly out to left and then a ground out to first where the runner was tagged. Great play by Elvis Rodriguez to end the game. So 8-5 is your final. The winning pitcher is for Western Oklahoma. It's going to go to Skylar Neal. Skylar Neal gets his 10th win of the season. The loss goes to Sebastian Kisei. Kisei for Scottsdale picks up his 4th loss of the season. He falls to 7-4. And again, the final is 8-5 advantage Western Oklahoma. The bracket now looks like this. Western Oklahoma tomorrow will play Des Moines Area Community College at 7 o'clock. After Des Moines knocked off LSU Eunice yesterday, and the loser, which is Scottsdale, they will play LSU Eunice tomorrow at noon back here at David Allen Memorial Ballpark. We don't yet know who will play in our 3:30 game tomorrow. That's going to be between the loser of Madison and Heartland. That game's going to take place later tonight at 7 o'clock. And then they will play, the loser of that game will play the winner between Catawba Valley Community College and Lackawanna. That game will get underway. The winner of that game will play the loser between Heartland and Madison at 3:30 tomorrow afternoon. We will have our NJCAA Players of the Game Wings to Go gift certificates to hand out when we come back. This is the NJCAA Division II World Series presented by Advanced Pierre Foods. once again, 8-5 is your final between Scottsdale and Western Oklahoma. The Pioneers get the win over the Fighting Artichokes. Fighting Artichokes now one loss away from elimination, but our Wings to Go players of the game for Western Oklahoma State, it'll be Elvis Rodriguez. He hit that 3-run homer in the 5th that completely changed everything about the game. And that was, he was 1 for 3, but he was 1 for 4, but it was a huge play that changed everything. So we're going to give the Wings to Go player of the game to him. And Skylar Neal, the pitcher that came on in relief and got the win for Scottsdale, for Western. Actually, excuse me, we got to give this one to Scottsdale. We'll give this one to, this will be a tough one, but I think we'll give it to Chris Roglin. Chris Roglin had a couple of great plays out there in center field. He also had an RBI single. A couple of great defensive plays as well. So we'll give it to Chris Roglin from Scottsdale Community College. They get that one in the losing effort. So again, the schedule looks like this. Scottsdale will play tomorrow at noon against LSU Eunice. Western Oklahoma will play at 7 tomorrow against Des Moines Area Community College. Once again, your final 8-5, Western Oklahoma over Scottsdale. Matt Howe takes over from this point. He'll do our next 2 games, Catawba Valley Community College against Lackawanna and Heartland and Madison. That game coming up at 7 o'clock later this evening. For my producer-engineer back in the Enid Studios, Lewis Foster, and our 2 cameramen out here, Tom and Mike Nelson, the brother duo, providing you all of the video coverage of this game on NJCAA.org. I'm John Herrick saying so long from David Allen Memorial Ballpark for now until our 3:30 start of our next game. This is the NJCAA Division II World Series presented by Advanced Pierre Foods.